to the green. Our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Get to it, baby!
How about that?
Yes!
How about that? How about that?
Which part?
What do you mean, which part?
Everything.
The Kirk Gibson 2.0, Freddie Freeman 1.0, one of the greatest moments in not just Dodger history, which it certainly is, one of the great moments in baseball history, a walk-off grand slam.
Did that really happen?
I couldn't
Did I really see that?
believe it.
Oh, my God.
So
wow.
I'm going into my house last night.
Yeah.
It's about, call it 6 o'clock, okay? So I'm getting something out of the car, and my neighbor has a house guest. And they said to me, I guess you're a pretty big Dodger fan, huh? I went bananas. I went
the entire
bananas on Friday night, and then was at a Halloween party on Saturday night. Got to see the end of it there. But, I mean, I don't mean to be too corny about this.
No, you can't be.
But it was a Kirk Gibson moment for an entire generation of Dodger fans. I was 17 the last time something like that's happened. I'm almost 53, and it came around again. I'm so happy that it was Freddie. I'm so happy for the Dodger fans. I'm so happy for everybody that got to experience something like that, because fact of the matter is, we'll probably never see something like that again.
No. Your memory's better than mine. What was the count on that hit? On that grand slam?
It was the first pitch or 1-0.
I'm pretty sure it was the first pitch.
Yeah.
Let me
the first
check
pitch.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the reason he had that pitch dead to rights from the word go.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. And you heard him after the game. He was talking about, my whole thing is just be on time for the heater.
Yeah.
And he got one.
And it was there.
And
boom!
he's a Hall of Famer who had a plan, and he executed his plan, and everything worked out perfect. And
the hit, the bat flip, was that the Statue of Liberty?
It was.
Or was that just me?
I now that you mention it, it's a little Statue of Liberty-esque. But before we play it, and trust me, we're going to play it. we're going to play it in English. We're going to play it in Spanish. We're going to play it in Japanese.
Oh,
you're going to hear all of the calls.
We're going to hear John Sterling,
You're
sad.
You're going to hear sad Paul. Can we just talk about this for a second?
Wait, you got the sad call too?
Yankee call. Heck yeah, we do.
Please,
I almost
let's play that again and again.
So we're going to do it all. But I got to tell you, DeMarco, you put your finger right on it.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman is kind of a throwback guy. Freddie Freeman is a put your head down and run the bases. Play air. I hate this phrase. Play the right way. Don't show up your
the unwritten rules of baseball.
The unwritten rules of baseball, which should have been thrown in the trash many, many years ago.
Well, some you got to respect, but I get it.
But
go ahead. Yeah.
he pops it, and wasn't one of those, I think he might have. He popped it, sticks his hand in the air. Like he knew the second Freddie Freeman doesn't do that. The second he had his hand in the air, I'm like, holy beep, 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 beep. He just hit a grand slam, and he walked up. He circles the bases. He does what he does. He flexes coming around second, going to third. He goes and gives his dad that incredible moment at the end. I'm literally getting goosebumps talking about it all over again.
Sometimes you got to break character. Sometimes you got to break character.
It was so organic.
I'm so glad. Yes, I love bat flips. I do. I love bat flips in the right situation. That called for it.
Oh, hell yes.
That right there.
He should have gone Pedro Serrano from Major League and carried the bat around him, around the bases. It was like, let's do it. Let's take a listen. This is Freddie Freeman on Friday night.
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Give
I love that song.
Was amazing.
Was Greg there?
Greg was there.
Was Bergman there?
Greg was there. Mace was there. I just ran into Manny this morning. Manny was there. Alex downstairs was there.
How did you not cry?
It wasn't Alex a Red Sox fan, isn't he?
He was in the building, Emily.
Okay.
I will not have any negativity in this.
None.
He's bringing
Forget
good
that.
vibes. Do not bring your black cloud, and that's coming from me.
Yes.
We are excited today. We are feeling it.
How
it
did
was
you
amazing.
not get emotional with that?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to get corny again.
Yeah.
Before the ball had landed in the pavilion, both of my sons had called me.
Okay, wait. Go back. What were you thinking before the pitch?
Let's see what happens
Let's
next.
see what
because
happens. Okay.
walking Mookie's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
There, you get a force at every base and all these things. Mookie Betts, right? And Freddie's on one leg. Freddie's got a bum ankle. Now, I know he'd had a triple early in the game. And he'd been
Great
playing well.
strategy.
It wasn't.
Pitch to the guy on one leg.
Pitch the guy on one leg.
Yes.
And before that ball had landed, both of my sons like, can you blanket me? It was like the phones, my phone's ringing, Susan's phone's ringing.
Yeah.
It was an
Did you let 'em cuss?
extraordinary moment.
Did you let
Absolutely. You let it rip,
the
dude.
only time you let your kids cuss.
Oh, no, they long ago started making their own choice on that. But let's talk about all these parallels. You heard the call from Joe Davis, right? It was at the exact same time of night that Kirk Gibson hit his home run.
8:37 p.m.
8:30,
They
man.
both go 8:30. Here's the other thing,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard anybody mention this, but I think it's really cool. The national television broadcast of both of those games featured the Dodger play-by-play announcer.
No
like
way.
If this were a game that was between, the pick anybody other than the Dodgers at this point, they don't have their guy behind the mic.
That's what they meant.
Scully behind the mic for Gibson. Joe Davis behind the mic for Freddie Freeman.
Hell of a call.
Because when you play it back 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years from now, you're not going to know that it was the national broadcast because you're going to hear Joe Davis's voice. You
That's
heard Vince
awesome.
Scully's voice. It was just unreal.
See, I got a text. We're living a simulation. Now I know what they mean. That's weird. And the final score, 6-3.
6-3.
Fernando's age.
Oh wow!
See, that was the other one that came in.
Go.
Yes,
there you go.
That was the other one that came in.
From the opening ceremonies to the way that it ended, it was. Look, it was one of the great moments in Dodger history. It was one of the great moments in Los Angeles sports history. Now, all of this
is that your top? One of your top, if not the top?
All of this.
Yeah,
they got to win.
Because
if they don't win, it's that was cool. The reason that Kirk Gibson's home run has stood the test of time,
it went on.
They won the World Series.
It went on with it. Yeah, don't waste that. Please don't waste a moment like this.
They are playing good baseball.
Is that your top moment in Los Angeles?
So here's what it is for me.
Marcus is cut back. That's one.
The Raiders weren't here before that, and they left shortly after that.
But but the play is iconic.
Play
happened
is
right
iconic.
Here. I got to throw a cup up there. Catching a touchdown pass for the hometown team that's still here, that's not leaving.
Yep.
Kobe.
Sure. There's Kobe moments. There's magic moments. There are moments, but
there's nothing like that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't think of one.
So a million years ago,
even Show going 50-50.
No, because that's an individual thing.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a team thing.
Yeah.
I went on Twitter right afterwards and I said, Freddie and Gibson, let's talk about it. Let's see. You can convince me of either. Forced to pick between the two, I'm going to give the slight edge to Kirk Gibson, but it is a very slight edge, and you don't have to push me too hard because here's what it comes down to.
Why would you give the edge to because it's nostalgia?
No. Here's what it comes down to for me, because the situations are remarkably similar. They're both injured. They're both in Game 1 of the World Series, and they both were unexpected home runs.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. What is more historic? What is more impactful? What is more memorable? That Gibson hit his off of the baddest man in the world, Dennis Eckersley. Dennis Eckersley was the best closer in baseball.
Killing it.
Wasn't close.
Yeah.
Or you hit it off the New York Yankees.
Okay, well.
Like it comes down to Eck
or
the Yankees. And you can convince me of either one.
Eck or the Yankees.
Eck or the Yankees.
And then there's that, I got to pick Freddie then. You just beat the evil empire.
Okay, so let me put a little bit more in there.
Yeah.
The A's were overwhelming favorites to win that World Series. Heavy favorites. This one's pretty darn even.
Okay.
So
slight edge to the Dodgers, actually.
So a very slight edge to the Dodgers. So that kind of tilts it more back towards Gibson. It was Gibson's only at-bat of the whole series. It was his only at-bat of the entire series. He comes up and he pops one and wins the game.
Okay, the moment's
and you
bigger.
never see him again.
Okay, so it's a little bit better drama-wise.
But,
okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
let me see, this is why I go back and forth.
Yeah.
Freddie shows up the next day and hits another one.
I know.
So, I don't know.
It doesn't cheapen the day before.
No, hell no. It amplifies it.
The guy's on a heater.
I really do think it amplifies it. That, this is a guy that did not play the last couple of games of the NLCS. He was hurt. He clearly would not be playing under any other circumstances other than a World Series. Grand Slam, turn around the next night, pops another one, and has put his team up 2-0.
So let's say you sweep the Yankees, and let's just
win tonight.
Let's just say you sweep the Yankees. Hold on. You sweep the Yankees, and the final score of both games equals to 2-0. Like you win Game 3, 1-0. Game 4, 1-0.
Okay.
Is Freddie your MVP right now?
Yeah.
Has to be, right?
I think
He's
so.
won the story so far.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe if in your scenario the 2 1-0 wins, like I don't know, Mookie hits both home runs, maybe,
or somebody goes a complete game shutout.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But no,
that's not going to happen.
It was as good as you're ever going to see. Now they have to finish. I can't say it enough. You have to win the World Series.
I give you a stat that makes you feel better about
Sure.
that? So, of the 18 World Series walk-off home runs, 5 of them have taken place in Game 1. Each of the previous 4 players in that Game 1 scenario who did it saw their teams go on to win the World Series.
I like
Smaller
that.
sample size, but it is one of those things where the game changes in that moment.
So 5 have done it and 1 hasn't.
Well, the 1 is still in play.
Oh, still in play.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 is still pending.
Let's keep the average going then. Dang it.
Yeah. They've played really good baseball.
Which brings us to, I'm worried that Walker is going to have to wear it tonight. The Yankees aren't going to go away, right?
No,
you don't have them yet.
No, I couldn't agree more.
Yes,
I couldn't agree more. The Yankees are the Yankees. They're not going to go quietly. They're not going to roll over. A lot of pride in their own ballpark. And by the way, they're 1 win tonight away from making this a real series all over again.
They're probably going to.
You take the wind out of their sails, and let's do this next, DeMarco. Let's talk about what needs to happen tonight, specifically on the mound for the Dodgers, and what happens if it goes one direction, what happens if it goes the next. By the way, apparently no LA teams lose sports when everything happens.
That's okay. I like when that happens, don't you? Way to
Every-
go, SC!
Everything.
Hey!
They beat Rutgers.
Yeah!
And 90 million.
Required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Hey, it's Sedano. LA is the home of champions, so celebrate like a champion with Tequila Mandala. Award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila. Our friends at Tequila Mandala turning tequila fans into Tequila Mandala fanatics. Made from the finest mature agaves to bring you the perfect sipping tequila, from their Blanco to their flawless year extra añejo. Up your game with Tequila Mandala and experience the best award-winning premium tequila. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit tequilamandala.com for more details.
The season has arrived, and you can take the Lakers with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app, presented by BBGO. Get team news, live updates, in-game highlights, photos, and access to exclusive Lakers promotions, all in the palm of your hand. Stay informed about your team all season long, and always be game day ready. The Lakers app has you covered. Download for free to your iPhone or Android now. Let's go Lake Show.
Want more fun watching the NBA? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. Points, rebounds, assists, and more. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. Right now, Sleeper has a special offer for NBA tip-off. New users who deposit $100 will receive a $200 bonus in site credit. Just use code 710, and your first deposit up to $100 will be tripled. That's code 710. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 800-426-2537 for help.
It's time to get ready, Los Angeles. Come to Dick's Sporting Goods to celebrate and get ready with new Dodgers championship gear. Shop our huge selection of Dodgers tees, hats, and hoodies for the whole family, and make sure everyone is ready for the final series. Select stores will be open late and early next day following a series clinch. Get to Dick's Sporting Goods now for the best selection, or shop online at Dicks.com. Every championship season starts at Dick's.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text POWER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text POWER to 42424. That's POWER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
DeMarco, you and I have a lot of similarities when it comes to our childhood and the TV shows that we watch, the things you remember. Were you an A-Team fan?
Come on,
I knew that. Okay.
Whenever I dive on somebody, that's yes.
Forgive me for profiling a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you fancy yourself a B.A. Baracus guy or somebody else?
I switched back and forth between Murdoch and B.A. Of course, B.A., yes.
I was Hannibal this weekend.
Oh, my God. You love it when a plan comes together?
I love it when a plan comes together. Right?
Dude, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
I told you my plan on Friday afternoon, and to the step, I executed my plan.
Yes. One by one, we got pictures of your progress.
Sushi roll, consumed, walk, knocked out, Apple October fitness badge, earned.
Yes.
Martini, second martini.
In.
Wine.
Yes.
Edible.
Click.
Dodger walk-off grand slam. Peace out.
You made it through everything.
It was awesome.
That is dope.
It
yes,
was
sir.
such a great night. And
awesome.
Every time I'm like, I get to execute part 7 of this plan, part 8, part 10. It was terrific.
Where were you?
Me?
Yeah, where were you when it happened?
I drank an entire bottle of Milagro tequila with my wife.
Amazing.
So we were watching. We had a little Dodger viewing party with some parents.
Mm-hmm. How many people?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 5 kids.
Okay.
So that's.
Were you able
4
to watch,
sets
or
of
did
parents.
you have to parent?
No. So by the 3rd inning, we called in the babysitter.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because we were halfway through what we were drinking, and it just called the babysitter.
Yeah,
and we sent them away, and we just kicked it. It was so much fun. I can't tell you everything because these people have jobs, and there'll be no pictures. But we had a lot of fun. What was I going to say about Freddie? Oh, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of babies named Freddie. You know this, right? And I was thinking about Chris. Chris was here, and we were talking about how much money he spent on that.
Yeah.
It's invaluable, that memory. What
You'll
you
never
just
get to
saw.
see it again.
That's what I'm saying.
You to have been in the ball.
I was wrong. You spend any amount of money for that experience.
If you have the option, yes. You know what I mean? But for instance, I've told this story a million times. My brother was at the Kirk Gibson home run game.
Yeah.
I was not. I went water skiing that day instead. Bad choice by me.
And how do you feel about that to this day?
I like that I have a funny story about it, but I much rather would have seen the home run.
Fair enough.
Anybody who was in the ballpark in game one, what Dodger Stadium holds 55,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
55 million people are going to say they were there, but the 55,000 that were, it's something that you will last for the
Forever.
rest of your life.
I don't buy sports stuff, but if somebody had a ticket stub,
yeah,
I would buy that.
They don't even have
for that moment.
I was a big ticket stub guy as a kid. I would throw them in my drawer. I still have a bunch of them from when I was a kid. But now they're all digital. But take a picture. I don't know how you save something like
from
that.
A program night, I would buy and keep that on the mantle because it was so special. Yes,
it was something that we will never get to see again. Right,
right.
The circumstances, the moment, the injury, the player, the stadium, the opponent. It was movie blank. It was
movie blank.
Well, I can't say what it is, right? It was movie stuff.
Cinematic.
It was cinematic stuff.
Yes, it was.
And you will never get to see it again. And by the way, Game 2 was a great game, too. Yeah. It just didn't feature a walk-off
See,
grand
that's the
slam.
other thing. I don't think we're done with the moments of this World Series.
No.
Because they're going to have their moment probably tonight. That's what I'm saying. We're not done, so there's no way this gets erased. No matter what happens in this World Series.
Not erased.
Yeah.
Not erased.
Not erased ever.
If they don't win the World Series, it's a footnote.
Yes.
It's one of those, oh, yeah, he did hit that home run,
and that's
didn't
the danger you're in when you're in a situation like the World Series.
The vibes of this thing are through the roof right now. But they're tempered with the reality of you got another game tonight. What was really nice is that they did turn around on Saturday night and win again. Like, they didn't have the hangover of game one, which would have been really, and I'm not talking a literal hangover, a metaphorical, emotional hangover of the expense of that, come back and be a little flat. They weren't. Yamamoto was brilliant. He was all $300 million.
A genius to me, because, I mean, I'm assuming that you knew Freddie Freeman was going to walk it off, and then you'd have Yamamoto to face a very upset Yankee squad.
Yeah.
And then he cools them off, which takes away all their mojo.
Yamamoto was amazing.
That's what I mean.
One bad pitch to Soto.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dave knew that he was going to grand slam. But that's the guy. Like we've talked about, if bases
there's no
loaded,
way he knows. I'm just saying,
you need a hit.
Right.
Like I thought maybe he'd flip one over the shortstop's head and two guys come around, you win the game, you jump around. But did he put it halfway up the pavilion?
No. I just meant like if Dave knew that this one was going to be epic, let me put Yamamoto at game 2 and shut them down completely and take their heart. Now you have a chance to put the dagger on it if Walker Buehler does it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Tonight is incredibly important, not just because if you do win, you've got this thing by the neck, but it's incredibly important for the reason that you just said, which is Walker Buehler. If Walker Buehler can pitch them into the 5th or 6th inning, even if they don't win the game, they're in pretty good shape.
That's still a win.
That's still a win. Win the game by hook or crook, doesn't matter. You're up 3-0 and everybody loves you. But the scenario that makes you go, okay, let's see what happens next is Shohei looks really weird when he's swinging the bat, right? We'll get to his shoulder injury in a second. Like that just doesn't look good at all. The other one is Walker Buehler's out of the game early, and you got to start leaning on the bullpen because I don't know how much you can lean on Knack or anyone else to just gobble up innings. Now, if it gets away from you, then somebody takes a pounding.
Right, I was going to ask AK, so what is a disaster for Walker Buehler in your opinion?
He's out of the game by the 2nd or 3rd inning.
Okay, and then who do you go to next?
What's the score?
4-0.
Knack.
5-0.
Knack.
And just ride this out and wear it.
See what happens.
Okay.
Look, if we hit a bunch of home runs and we get back into it, we'll make different decisions after that. But you're just like Honeywell did, was that in game 5?
You're eating innings for us.
You're pitching until you're not.
Yes.
Like you're just going to keep firing until we either take the lead or get close enough to make a different decision.
I always thought this is how you make your baseball card.
Yeah.
Right. You're pitching.
You're pitching
you're
the rest of the way. But if
Yeah.
he can pitch into the 5th or 6th inning and it's a one-run game either way and you don't have to go to a bunch of guys and you can just try to win another game just straight up, because here's what's waiting for you tomorrow. It's a straight bullpen
Your
day.
bullpen
You're going to
game.
pitch 8 or 9 guys on Tuesday no matter what.
Right.
Wednesday, Flaherty, assuming there is a Wednesday, Flaherty the second time through with the Mets got clobbered. We'll see what it looks like again. He looked really good in game 1. That kind of got lost in the shuffle. He pitched really well in that game.
They have to have the same info.
This is a big deal today. This is a really big deal today.
But the Yankees have the same information we have. They know a bullpen session is coming,
Sure.
or a bullpen game is coming for the Yankees. So how does that affect your approach against Walker Buehler if you're the Yankees?
You got to attack him.
Period.
You have to attack
Swinging
him.
on first pitch.
If he's throwing first pitch strikes,
Okay.
sure. But
Which scares me in that ballpark.
Well, yeah, but this is where Walker Buehler makes his money too. It's like he knows that they're going to be aggressive, and he's got to get strike one. And if he can't get it in the strike zone, he's going to have to try to get it out of the strike zone.
So we love the guy. We love his toughness. We
Yeah.
would follow him into a bar fight.
Yep.
But how confident in you and his stuff are you?
More
Did I say that twice? You know what I meant.
I knew what I meant.
Go ahead.
More confident than it was a month ago.
Okay.
A month ago, you'd have said, "Yeah, man, I don't know." Yeah, he's gotten his head kicked in all season long. I don't know.
Yes.
He hasn't gotten his head kicked in lately. Since that really terrible inning in San Diego where the Dodgers couldn't catch the ball, he's been Walker Buehler
Pretty
since
good.
then.
Yes.
I mean, maybe not prime Buehler, but at least a resemblance of prime Buehler. And to get an opportunity for him to go out there and do it all over. Look, he wants to win the World Series because he wants to win the World Series. He wants to win the World Series because he's a member of the Dodgers and they're on the 20-yard line at this point.
Yeah.
He's also pitching for the bag. You know,
this is true.
He's got a chance. He's a free agent at the end of this year, and had again a month ago the market would have been one thing for him. The market now is different.
So wait, here or elsewhere?
Who knows?
Because you're not going to cost me Juan Soto. Right?
Who knows? Look, I like that story a lot. I'd love to see Juan Soto.
Wait.
That is the most.
I love you,
ridiculous
Walker,
thing.
but can we get him too?
Hey, DeMarco.
Yeah,
they got plenty of money. Shohei's playing for free for the next 10 years.
We can get both?
They don't even have to pay him until you and I are long gone, right?
Right. Tell me you're out on Juan Soto. Tell me you're out on Juan Soto.
No, look, if he wants to come, great. I'd love to have him. I'm not saying don't come. I'm just saying that seems like
that's a pipe dream. Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's something that's just so obvious what's going on. It's like, come on.
That somebody's having fun with you?
No, the agent is throwing something out there, so the Yankees have to pay a premium on top of the price. Is
that what's going on?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought he really wanted to be a Dodger.
The Yankees are going to have to pay the price, right? Which is probably $600 million. Okay.
Yes.
But if they think the Dodgers are sniffing around a little bit,
you just made 8.
Right. And the agent's not a dummy. So the Dodgers, I mean, maybe they are.
So if we keep saying we want Juan Soto, that's going to cost the Yankees more money?
It might.
We really want Juan Soto.
It might.
How bad do you want Juan Soto? A lot. Yes.
I don't get all of them right. I get a few of them right, but I was right about Juan Soto.
Yeah, man.
Do not pitch to him. Pitch to Aaron. And by the way, we'll get to Aaron Judge coming up in a little bit. Every time that dude steps in the batter's box, hold your breath because he's not going to stay cold forever. It's going to happen, just like with Mookie and just like with Shohei.
I would bet it's tonight.
Those guys keep swinging the bat. They're going to find it because they're great players. They're Hall of Fame players. It's just a matter of time until he gets it. That being said, Soto's got it.
Can you beat
the
Yankees if Stanton and Judge and Soto go yard?
Sure.
Wow.
Sure.
Because that might happen tonight.
It might, but the Dodgers can do it too. The Dodgers are not going to take a backseat lineup-wise to anybody.
Just tell me that shoulder's okay for show.
We'll see.
Also, if we're all taking laps about how we were right, I did say what could be a Kirk Gibson. I said Freddie Freeman hitting a home run.
Remarkable. Pretty remarkable. But mine was real. That's Fantasyland stuff, right? I mean, that happened. That's be like, no, you can't just redo Kirk Gibson, and that's exactly what happened.
And it's even more right, Emily.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
I
that.
know, it's dope.
One is baseball strategy. The other one's make up the wildest thing you can come up with, and it happened.
Yeah,
and it happened.
Crazy.
It was great. Jorge, give me the call in Spanish. Emily, give me a little.
Jorge's not going to do the call, is he?
No.
Y viene la pelota.
Okay, I have it. You want it right now?
Yes.
All right.
En el Cerro Azul. Nasty Néstor prepara. Y Freddie la prende. Freeman se va por el Rancho Grande. ¡Muy pelota! Ganan los Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, el héroe. Grand Slam. Su primer jonrón de la postemporada. ¡Qué grande! En la noche, recordando al Toro Valenzuela. Y desde el cielo, el Toro mandándole buenas vibras a los Dodgers en el primer partido. Zurdo a palanca. Adiós.
Adiós.
Adios.
And that was Adrian Garcia Marquez for Fox Deportes.
What a call.
What a call.
Straight to the shower.
What a call. By the way, you hear the crack of the bat, you hear the roar of the crowd, and then there's like that 2 second. That's it. And then the Randy Newman, I love LA, comes just perfect.
That is cinematic.
What a night. Let's win tonight. Let's get Walker Buehler into that 5th inning. Let that bullpen go do its thing. And there's one other thing the Dodgers need to continue to do. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Hey, let me ask you about this. Is your vehicle due for its oil change? You got that little sticker in your window? It's got your miles. It's got your date. If you're ready for service, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Because for over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. No dragging your kids into a dirty waiting room. At Valvoline, you stay in your car, relaxed, safe, staring at your phone. Take a little snooze while the expert technicians make sure that your ride is at its best. You've got basically a pit crew going to work on your car. You're in, you're out in about 15 minutes. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, wipers, and a whole lot more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. There are over 80 spots around Southern California ready to get your ride ready for the road in no time. So visit SoCalOilChange.com to find one of those 80 locations and get yourself some game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
For both LA teams. If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's right. Call us or slip into the DM, Uncle.Artie. Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Pernia Law family provide peace of mind so you can focus on recovery and getting back to you. If you've been injured in an accident or you're unhappy with your current injury attorney, come to Pernia Law. We take care of you like family. That's why they call me Uncle Artie. Call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Do you want sad John Sterling?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Let me get the negative.
All right.
Yes.
Here's John Sterling, the play-by-play guy for the Yankees.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Come down to this. Freddie Freeman, the hitter, lefty to lefty with 2 outs pitch. A high drive to right. Soto back on the track, and she is gone. A grand slam to win the game for L.A.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Respect, he's letting it play.
What can you say?
Not much.
Freddie Freeman hit one to deep right and out. A grand slam, and the Dodgers win 6-3. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, indeed.
Wow.
Yep.
It was a no-doubter, too. Just like Gibson's. Like Gibson, you go back to
right off the bat.
Gibson was out on his front foot, and he just kind of flipped his bat at it, but he caught it right on the sweet spot. And Gibson's was, they landed, they can't be 20 feet apart from one another where the ball landed.
You can't hit a ball better than that, what Freeman just did.
No,
you
he
cannot
smoked it.
hit a ball better than that.
It was a no-doubter, and a guy that never styles home runs, styled one, and he should have.
When he said, this is for my dad,
my
dad
God.
pitched BP to me my whole life, I bet he's seen that pitch a million times and dreamed about that very same pitch a million times.
Did you hear what his dad said about it?
What does father say?
His dad was great. His dad said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but this is pretty close because it hit very close to home.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, I threw a bat. He goes, but so did every other dad that had a kid that's playing baseball. He goes, I'm not. He goes, I just wanted my kid to make the high school team. He goes, that was my goal. He goes, I just happen to be lucky enough that he has major league talent. He goes, I didn't do anything other than throw batting practice.
Yeah.
That I'm so happy for him and everybody else that went out there and threw to there, because he goes, I just got lucky that my kid happens to be this good at this. It's nothing that I did. It was awesome.
No, you did a lot, man. See, this is what I try to tell these parents. Like, not every kid's going to be Freddie Freeman, but they're going to remember you throwing to him or her forever. This is why it's so important now. And who knows? You may get a Freddie Freeman. You may get that guy that calls you out.
But you probably will. It was great.
That was
you went
awesome.
over there. You got to share a moment with them.
Dope.
It was, the story of the Freemans is an incredible. This is a part we haven't even talked about.
There's more?
Well, Freddie's mother died when he was a young guy. His mom died from skin cancer.
Yeah.
And so the dad raised the family, without the mother there for a very long time.
How many Freemans are there?
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
And then what Freddie went through earlier this season with his son, where his son, all of a sudden just woke up one day and couldn't walk, and they trying to figure out what the heck was going on. He had Guillain-Barré syndrome, which he's doing great. He's on the road to recovery, so that's awesome. But I mean, you're a parent. I'm a parent. Jorge, you're a parent. I mean, imagine if all of a sudden you woke up one day and your kid couldn't walk, and the doctors are saying, "Yeah, we don't know what it is." I mean, imagine how terrifying that would be. And then fast forwarding to what this is right now, just.
To this home run, to this walk-off grand slam.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to win the World Series. And I'm going to keep saying that because it really did feel like, they just won the World Series. That's game one.
I wouldn't want to screw this up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is setting up to be magical. This is setting up to be your year. You can see it. It's the writing's on the wall.
This was not, I mean.
This is about you, yes.
At the beginning of the year, it was that, okay, you got Otani. Wait, you got a Yamamoto? Wait, they traded for Glasnow and gave him $125 million. Wait, they got Teoscar Hernandez too.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? They're just stacking guys. And then, with the exception of Otani, who was pretty darn steady the whole year, Mookie goes down. Freddie has a health scare in his family. Freddie gets hurt. The pitching staff starts to drop like flies. Yamamoto's down. This was not supposed to be the year, and this is what's happening so far.
2 more to go.
Here's the other thing, and we'll get some of these phone calls in a second. 877-710-ESPN if you want to get in and talk about what we saw over the weekend. The Dodgers have played relatively cleanly, and the Yankees have not. And I think that's a huge part of what we've seen. Like, the Dodgers won that game in large part because the Yankees kept giving them little extra opportunities. The Juan Soto misplaying that ball in the corner, allowed a run to come in. The throw to second base where it wasn't Volpe. The second Gleyber Torres doesn't body the ball and keep it in front of him. It squirts away. Otani moves up. He scores on a sac fly. Like, all of those little things. Verdugo trying to throw the ball from the seats. Everybody moves up a base.
Yeah.
That means that you don't pitch to Mookie. You put him up. Brings for like all these little teeny tiny things. Garrett Cole coming out after 88 pitches, giving up 1 run. Really? Okay, cool. Tell me, as a Dodger fan, you weren't thrilled to see Garrett Cole walk off that mound.
completely happy.
Yes.
I don't know why you would do that. Why would you do that? Unless he was hurt.
I'm sure nobody's saying he's hurt. I'm sure some math formula, someplace, some way said this is not the guy to have him face for the third time.
Don't get me started on that.
It's crazy. I remember my high school coach always used to say this, and I'm like, I didn't get it at the time, but it makes perfect sense. Like, I'm not taking. They want you to come out, or I'm not taking him. They're hoping I take that kid out. It's like no.
You're helping them.
When I walk back out there and you're still out there, oh man, he's still there.
Yeah,
that was Garrett Cole.
See, this is the other part about them. The Dodgers playing better than the Yankees. Have the Yankees been sloppy all year?
Yes, they're not a good defensive team.
They're not a good team. Okay, well, this is the other part about Dave coming out of character. That's not the character of the team, and I think that shows in how they play. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So when you keep emphasizing the little things, it shows up in the biggest moments.
They haven't been perfect, but they've been better than the Yankees.
They haven't hurt themselves as much as the Yankees
Not
have.
really.
Yeah.
Not really. And look, this goes back to Freddie. This goes back to everything that they've done so far. Knocking on wood. There's still a long way to go. Their plan has been good. And when the decisions they've made, the decisions they've made have worked.
Yes.
And what'll be interesting is, okay, now you took him out and the next guy doesn't have it. Now what? Like now all of a sudden we're off script, where we're into uncharted waters, unscripted waters.
Yeah.
And what do you do with that? The Dodgers so far through the postseason, they really haven't had to deal with that. When they've made a move, the move has worked.
If I was Dave, I'd lean on Team of Destiny. I really would. I'd bring up everything we just talked about. Going back to Gibson, going back to Fernando, everything. I would. I'd go back to the Team of Destiny and remind
Fernando
guys of
too,
this.
Man, you're right about that.
Because it helps you to remember the little things and not get too far ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
If I'm Dave, I'm leaning into that stuff.
Lean
I would
on
not
those
shy
good
away.
vibes while they're still there. Let's try a quick phone call. This could go a million different ways. Cross your fingers. Buckle up. Let's see what happens. Chris in Los Angeles. Chris, are you there?
I am here. Good
All
morning,
right.
gentlemen. Hey, quick question. That was an incredible home run, without a doubt. First in World Series history and whatnot. A few years ago, the Kirk Gibson home run was rated the number one sports moment in Los Angeles. Do you think if the Dodgers win the World Series, at some point, this may be voted as the biggest sports moment in Los Angeles?
Come up with another
one. It does
one.
have similarities to get Kirk Gibson.
Yeah, come up with another one. We said Marcus Allen's cutback. Big shot Bob's got to be in there with the Lakers.
Wasn't in the finals.
But still a big shot.
But
I mean,
huge.
you can see it in your mind's eye.
100%.
It's got to be up there. Give us some more options.
I think, Chris, for me, it's Gibson by a hair. And if you want to argue Freddie, I'm not going to tell you you're nuts. I really do think it's your favorite flavor of ice cream. I like chocolate. You like strawberry. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're both great. There's really.
Did USC have a moment?
They've had a million. Heisman
in that
trophy.
run, did they have a moment?
No.
Okay,
the moment was Vince Young beating
They
them.
lost, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
The moment was Vince Young going the other way.
Tush push, but it's not like it wasn't that big.
It was a regular
game,
season game. I mean, it was on the way. But
Bruins,
for me, it comes to the Bruins. That's funny.
Okay, basketball.
I mean,
okay, they have that sport too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They had a dynasty.
Back when college basketball was still played in the early 18th century, that was very exciting.
Do you have a highlight in your mind's eye of that run?
Of which run?
Of the wooden run.
It was the Tyus Edney layup where you go end to end against Missouri.
That's one. Okay, that's one. Yeah. See,
but
you had to remind me of that.
I think what it is it comes down to what are you more impressed by? Eckersley, best closer of his generation.
Killing it.
Or the Yankees. Like
beating the Yankees is on top for me.
Yankees on there.
Beating the Yankees.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is it the Yankees or is it Eckersley?
You beat history.
And here's the thing. Which is more impressive to you? That was Gibson's only at-bat of the entire series?
Yeah.
Or is it more impressive that Freddie showed up the next day and did
Freddie's
it again?
on one leg.
I
Freddie's
know.
on one leg with everything he's been through.
You could convince me of any or all of these. Let's try another one. It's AD is next in Studio City. AD, you're on with Travis DeMarco. What's up?
Hey guys, so I'm curious about the catch, the one that came in the outfield. What was your initial thought? Did you think we had a Steve Bartman situation, and what was your emotion there? Or then, because if that caught a bad bounce, that we were going to have the same situation as Soto with an extra base hit, and then, or more than, I think even a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then, what was your reaction after? Is he now a hero? I'm curious where you guys are at with this.
If that was you, if you're a Joe fan and it's coming to you, what would you have done, Travis?
It's a really good question, DeMarco. I think your instinct is to try to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be. the Dodgers got very lucky. That fan got very lucky because it clearly was not going to be a home run. It was going to hit the wall. But thank God there was enough clear evidence to demonstrate that it wasn't going to go over, so they gave him second base.
Right.
Had that been 50-50, like let's say it hits the very top of the wall, maybe it bounces forward, maybe it bounces back.
Yeah.
You don't know. And in that situation, if he would have caught that, I think they leave it as a home run, and that guy's a GOAT because the thing changes dramatically.
You mean
the fan.
The negative GOAT.
The negative GOAT.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. Bad GOAT. Not the greatest
not
of
the
all
good goat.
time. The
The
bad
bad
GOAT.
goat,
Yeah, he would have been villainized like Steve Bartman. But it was so clearly where he reached in the field of play, it was clearly a double. Should have been a double. I think had it hit the wall, it's still a double.
Yeah.
I don't think anything really changed.
It's not going to bounce over from there. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But maybe it takes a weird bouncing against the third. I don't know. But had that been another foot higher and it's right by the edge of the wall and he catches it, they probably leave it as a home run, even if it wouldn't have been a home run. That dude got very, very
super lucky. The video of the guy to his immediate left cracking me up. You know what I'm talking about? That guy?
I did.
Oh my God, that guy's face! Like, what do you? No.
But the thing is, he had to leave the game, and so he didn't get to see Freddie's walk-off grand slam. So,
it all
you
worked
got a ball.
Out. Yeah, he got a ball and
ball.
a story to tell forever and ever.
Yeah.
But my goodness, I mean that was one of those. All right, bro, you better hope this goes your way.
Oh my God!
And it did. They
would
they
you
escaped.
catch it, Trev? Would you catch it? Yeah.
No. Because I wouldn't have brought a glove because I'm not 11.
Okay, what is wrong with this? You can't bring a glove to a game? That's
not
bad?
As an adult.
Not as an adult? Okay.
No. You can bring in a glove to a game if you're 10.
Okay, what if you have a glove, but it's because you want to catch it for your kid?
See, I think
put
I'm with
the glove on the kid's hand.
But they're not going to catch it.
How do you know?
That's true.
Yeah. And if he can't catch it, maybe that'll make him go work on it.
I think there's a
bit.
pretty good chance I know that she can't catch.
Yeah. I gloves, like, I'll give you 12. That's probably 2 years too many, but I'll give you 12. 10's cool. Your 10-year-old wants to bring a glove? Yeah,
awesome.
Let's go.
But not as an adult. Okay, bad news.
No. But it worked out. All right, we got our best of the weekend. Give us a shout right now, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. What was your best in the NFL weekend? And if you win, you get 2 nights hotel accommodation, dinner for 2, and then golf or bowling for 2 as well, all at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Call in right now for your best of the NFL weekend, 877-710-ESPN. Stravin DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You're hiring for your business. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified
Park Party and
candidates.
Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Who fight for our freedom. On Monday, November 11th, the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry will play host to the 2024 Land of the Free Foundation Veterans Day Golf Classic. All proceeds from the tournament will go directly to charities who support the men and women of our armed forces. For more information on the tournament, please visit the website landofthefreefoundation.org or give them a call at 562-833-4361.
Hey, it's Mace. NFL fans, big news. We've got a major shakeup here in town with the Los Angeles Rams. That's right, Rams bringing in some huge talent, and it didn't require any trades or clearing any salary cap space. The Rams have brought on the one and only Jacob Imrani as their chosen legal partner. So remember, Rams fans, when you're injured, call the chosen legal partner of your favorite team called Jacob.
Accident or injury, call Jacob Imrani. Call Jacob.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah, and with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
And it is the Travis and DeMarco Show, right here on 710 ESPN, a Monday edition, which means Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is going to help us with the best of the football weekend. Best of the football weekend. Let's get his thoughts, the Rams Super Bowl champion, DeMarco Farr, with his best of the football weekend right now.
Oh, shut up and tackle. You know who that's directed to, right? Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Tyreek Stevenson.
Gonna leave that there, right there. Oh my God, how about that, bro? Oh, I would have snapped.
We'll get to Stevenson.
I would have snapped. I'm sorry, I would have snapped. Okay, I would have. If we had a game sewed up and you're, oh my God, and you gave it up. Oh, anyway, my best of the weekend. Besides that game, which was fantastic, the Commanders and the Bears, fantastic game. Jameis getting the victory, that was awesome.
That was good.
I'm still going back to last Thursday. The Rams having their best offensive output. They were better in the red zone, 3 for 3. It was an absolute you-know-what show in the red zone before that until Kupp and Puka come back. So getting the win, beating the 5-1 Minnesota Vikings, getting back in the race, kind of feeling good about yourself going into the weekend and watching everybody else play, saying, hey, we're as good as that team right there. So I still go back to the Rams beating Minnesota here in SoFi on Thursday as my best of the week.
Here are the 4 teams in the NFC West right now. Arizona's 4-4. San Francisco's 4-4. Seattle's 4-4. The Rams are 3-4.
Tight.
It's wide open.
Tight.
It
yes.
It is absolutely wide open. My best of the weekend is the Houston-Indianapolis game where the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson, tapped himself out of a game because he was tired. I have seen guys leave for injury. I've seen guys throw up from exhaustion.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of things, but I can't remember ever seeing a quarterback saying, yeah, I just had to scramble, take me out of the game for a play.
Weird. Yes.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, I've never seen that.
What would you think of your teammate opting to do that?
If he's an athletic quarterback that's been running around, I can almost honestly
never saw
give
Michael
you that.
Vick or Steve Young or Randall Cunningham.
You're gonna have to, if that happens, you're going to have to pace yourself a little bit better. I'm serious.
Pretty bad.
If that's a part of your game and you get tired, it is what it is, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, that was a first. Let's go to Costa Mesa and Edgar. Edgar, your best of the NFL weekend.
Oh, it was Seattle losing to keep the Rams in the NFC West race. Looks like the only way to get into the playoffs, so I'm glad they lost there. But we got to play Buffalo too, but at least we got a shot still.
Absolutely,
yes,
they
sir.
got a shot. Not only do they have a shot, but the Rams are done with their entire NFC North schedule.
Yes,
if the
God.
NFC North is the best division in football, and it probably is, the Rams are done with that.
Yes.
They don't have to worry about that anymore. And the other 3 teams in the division either have all of those games or 2 of those games remaining.
It's what is it about the North? Maybe it's the weather, but the AFC North, physical ball. NFC North now, big physical ball, beat you up type ball. So glad to be done. And you're exactly right. Now go chew up the rest of the West.
So here's what it is. Arizona has the Bears next week, and they go to Minnesota in December. San Francisco has Green Bay in November and Chicago and Detroit in September. The Seahawks still have to play Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago all in a row in December, and the Rams
enjoy that meat
done.
grinder. Enjoy that meat grinder, no doubt.
All right, Edgar, you win 2 nights hotel accommodation, dinner for 2, and then golf for 2 or bowling for 2, all at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Stay and play at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs. Get tickets to exciting live shows or book your stay today at fantasyspringsresort.com. Brought to you by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino.
Can I play the sound of the Commanders
Please.
call of this? So, end of the game, Commanders, Bears, kind of a crappy game up until this point. And so this is the call of the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary.
4 of them at the goal line. They bring 3. Daniels backing up. He's just going to have to let one fly. Goes to the right side. Steps away from the defenders. Gives himself some time. Now steps up, fires. Heads towards the end zone. It is
just like a grand slam in the ninth inning of the World Series. Yes, go, baby! The ball popped up into the air, right into the arms of Noah Brown. Jaden Daniels extended the play over and over and over. Walk-off touchdown.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
That's amazing. That's such a great call.
That was awesome.
This is how you know Freddie's was a big deal.
Yeah.
They immediately referenced it.
You heard it.
Like that's what I mean. Like, look, I love baseball. I watch the World Series. I understand that not everybody does.
Yeah.
I understand that the World Series is not what it was 40 years ago. I understand that. But that Freddie moment cut through to the point where a crazy moment in the NFL, and they immediately go, oh, like the walk-off in the Grand Slam. That's
everybody
how big
was there. Everybody was on it. But that a heck of a call.
Great call.
Great call. But I don't know why you would rush 3 against him. With a kid with an arm like that.
Yeah.
Why would you give him all the time in the world?
He had like 8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah,
he was back there forever.
You blew. It was 12 seconds. I
Was
think
it
it was
12?
the longest Hail Mary of all time. You gave that away.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, though. Tyreek Stevenson was a defensive back for the Bears who, as this is not pre-snap, this is as the play is taking place, he's over kind of in the corner of the end zone, right? Like by the goal line almost.
Yeah.
Chirping at the fans and has
his own fans, the Bears fans, are like, look behind you.
He's engaging with the fans. His back is turned. The play is happening. Like if you see it online, you see all the players running around. Now I'll give Tyreek Stevenson a little bit of credit for he owned it on Twitter immediately after.
What choice did you have?
Well, you would be surprised at the choices that people make, but what a catastrophe!
Oh my God.
He's the one who tipped it,
I
too.
know.
His hand was the one that hit the ball.
Okay, so it's number one, it's dumb to rush 3, especially with a quarterback that can buy time. So 12 seconds, all those receivers are going to be at the goal line.
They're down there, yeah.
Yeah, you're taking away your advantage, right? By giving him time to throw that football. And then
the idea, DeMarco, take me through it, is, I mean, not only said more than 3, but said, don't give him time for the guy. Those guys had to run 60 yards to get down the field.
And you have to give them time to get into scoring.
To set up.
Right.
Yeah.
And you gave him all the time in the world. It's just
weird.
That's why I was going back to Greg Williams, that defensive coordinator, and there was a bunch of guys that would blitz that.
Yeah.
You send a guy to make sure the quarterback doesn't have enough time, and then the receivers aren't in the end zone, so if he throws it, he's going to overthrow the guys. It gives the defense the chance. They got behind the coverage, and tips and overthrows will get you beat. But I just cannot believe you were out there showboating to the fans.
Is that a coaching issue, or is it just the player?
Absolutely, it's a coaching issue. Yeah, this is your player. That is what your player was thinking at a critical moment in the game, the biggest moment.
Tell me why, but do I really have to tell people to not be that stupid?
Yes.
Like that has to be said out loud.
That has to be practiced. That has to be reinforced. When you get into those situations in practice, you have to say, we're up by 1. This is it. The game is on the line. Just to get everyone focused in. I'm sure he did, but you have to get everyone focused in on those moments.
Yeah,
that's a coaching issue and a player issue.
99 to 1% in my opinion.
Yeah, if your players fight, that's a coaching issue.
The player is a knucklehead for doing what he did. That I have to tell you, hey, listen, don't be the stupidest guy in the stadium right now.
Yes.
That I have to say that out loud.
No, just not.
Yeah.
You have to be. We have to be dialed in these moments if we're going to win. Yes.
You have boys, right?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
So don't you sometimes have to explain things that seem obvious to you to young boys? I know it's different than if it's a professional athlete, but sometimes you have to over-explain things if you don't want any mistakes.
Yeah, when they're 8. Not when
they're pro. I mean, when they're pro, you just have to reinforce focus, and that's what's missing. That was missing there. And look, I bet that same sort of stuff showed up in that game at least 10 times. At least 10 times.
Sometimes you have to tell people things that sound obvious, like don't make Dwayne Wade's statue look like Freddy Krueger.
Or wear your shoes.
Don't. Did you see that statue?
I did see that statue.
What is that? That's not Dwayne Wade.
It's the best he could do.
Then hire someone else.
Did you see Dwayne Wade's face? Not the statue, the real Dwayne Wade.
You? It's like, hey, check. Wait, who's that?
I mean, I'd be so honored you have a statue made of me. I'd be like, hey, thank you.
They need to do like the ones they have out in front of the Coliseum that are headless. Just put the Dwayne Wade number 3 jersey, because if that's what I've never sculpted in my life, I could do better than that.
I think we need a new way to celebrate our heroes than statues. Maybe something else.
Pretty bad.
Yes.
It was pretty bad. Lakers are undefeated. LeBron doing LeBron stuff. And I got a question about the coaching that I can't even believe we're asking this after 3 games. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Did you have walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th inning on Prize Picks? Probably not. I don't even think you could do that on Prize Picks. But if you're playing Prize Picks right now, this is the perfect. You know what today is? Today is the sports equinox. We'll talk about that in a second. All 4 major leagues are playing right now today. NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, which means Prize Picks is popping off, right? You pick more, you pick less. You like goals, go to your hockey. You want to see yards, go to Monday Night Football. Prize Picks is literally that easy. You look at the statistical projections and you pick more or you pick less. And if you use the code 710, you're going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. So put the Prize Picks app on your phone, go look at the numbers, and then pick more or less. You like basketball tonight? Lakers are playing again tonight. It is as easy as all that. But don't forget the code 710 to get your $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Perennial Law, here to tell you about a newer sponsorship deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Perennial Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Always name someone who wasn't jumping around on Friday night or Saturday afternoon when they started the game. We'll talk about
Yankees.
Ice Cube. No, Alex Verdugo looked like he was at a concert. Did you see him in the dugout?
I did. Yes.
Did you also see him blow a bubble in the middle of messing up a triple from Freddie Freeman? That was insane.
That was crazy. Do you know what today is? It's only happened
Monday.
30 other times.
October
this surprised
28th.
me.
What?
That's true. It's a sports equinox.
What's a sports equinox?
All 4 major American sports leagues are playing today.
All 4
NHL
Monday night
has games.
Oh.
Monday Night Football. World Series baseball, and what I forget, NBA basketball. All four. It's only happened.
Las Vegas's big dream.
31st time that all four are playing on the same.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, there you go.
Come on, Lakers.
That's your. Well,
come on, Lakers.
Okay. Lakers.
It's working. It's working.
It sure is.
It's working. It's looking good.
You ready?
What?
Are you ready?
What is it? Darvin Ham?
It might be.
Oh my God! What?
Was he that bad?
Yes. Obviously.
Wow.
Obviously. Same squad.
Wow.
3-0.
Wow.
Yeah. And you're not really overusing LeBron.
And against good teams.
Yes.
These aren't bums.
Playoff teams.
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, that does not. Here's the word that I've landed on. They have like a vitality to them through the first 3 games of the season that you never saw. Last year they looked old. They looked slow. They looked a little disorganized. They didn't look
Disinterested?
Disinterested
Yeah.
is a really good. None of those things are true.
They look excited.
They look like they know what they're doing.
Yes.
They look like they've been given an assignment which they fully understand, which they're able to go execute to the best of their abilities. Now they're going to lose some games, obviously, but this was, hey, we're going to do this. Okay, when shots not falling, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to need a night where LeBron just kind of bails us out. Okay, that was
But that's
against
an
the Kings.
emergency. It's not every night.
Right. They play hard. They're organized, and I'm not trying to dump on Darvin, but my goodness, you can't help but watch that and go, is Darvin Ham really that bad of a coach?
I always thought with a guy with an aging superstar like LeBron, you have to get him to the moments where he can be great. You can't depend on him to get there and then expect him to close. You're going to wear him out. So I think J.J. Redick is brilliant by recognizing what this team can be and how to make it better with the little things. And it starts with enthusiasm. Who did I hear? Was it Anthony Davis last week saying our plan was elite? When did you ever hear that at all last year? Anything close to that?
Never.
Ever.
You heard the opposite. You heard the opposite of, we don't know what we're doing on either end of the floor.
Right.
That's what Anthony
You hear
Davis
the
said last
opposite.
year.
Now imagine taking the floor with we don't know what we're doing attitude. You look disinterested. Things go bad. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. This seems like you can beat just about anybody with this motivation.
Like Em said too, they're beating good teams. They had a night on Saturday night when LeBron kind of bailed them out. He had 16 points in the fourth quarter and was involved in just about every other basket as well along the way. And look, that's probably not a plan to implement 65 times over the course of a season, but if you need to do that 2 or 3 times a month, great. He's still LeBron James.
So
he's still playing at a huge level.
Yeah.
And also, hey, don't look now, but AD has put up 3 games. They're like, oh no, he's been amazing. Not just good.
Yeah.
He's been amazing.
Yes, and get used to saying connect a lot. Yeah,
He's a pro.
Yeah, he is, and he's going to play more than just basically 2 quarters a night, 2 periods a night. He's the better he plays, the more he's going to play.
I know I've said this a bunch. The eye test is real.
Yeah.
That sometimes you just look at a guy and you go like, oh, no, that's not going to work. And it's usually right. And then there's times you're like, oh, no, that guy looks like he's been here a long time.
Yeah.
Connect falls into that second
But
group.
we're not. They're still going to attack him on the defensive
Sure.
end. They're still going to. But he's going to be a valued member of this rotation at some point. Get used to saying his name a lot.
I'm really excited to what we've seen. And what was the Baron Davis tweeted out that he ran into J.J. Redick at the car wash, and he was watching film at the car wash getting ready for that night's game.
That's some psycho stuff. To be
Wait,
watching tape
I do?
in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
see
also
my
think,
phone?
Yeah. No, I know
I
you're
also think you're a
watching it
football
lot.
psycho.
That's a great place to watch film.
You know what I liked about it?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a put on.
No.
Like so often you'll see like, oh, this coach is so dialed in, he's even watching film at the car wash.
Nick Sirianni shaved his head. He's so
Right.
dialed
I believe
in.
it with J.J. Redick.
That felt organic because the Lakers didn't put it out. Baron Davis saw him and did it. And Redick at the time was like, look, that's not what I'm doing every day. My kids had a basketball game next door. I needed a car wash. I have limited time. I'm trying he's on it. He's on it, and it didn't feel gratuitous.
No. But like I said, I think Darvin Ham, and I mean this with all due respect, Darvin Ham and Jeff Fisher could start a podcast. They really could. I mean, seriously. But that's what it's shaping up to be so far.
Huh? Give me the pro athlete response to. I'm trying to figure out. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't think there's a way to do it without being. To where you're in the locker room and you're looking at your head coach, and that guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Oh, when you lose,
when you just know, hey, look, we're rudderless. The guy that's supposed to be able to help us through this can't. What's that feel like?
It sucks. It does, and I can't tell that story all the way. But we knew after a year that Rich Brooks wasn't our guy. This is our first year in St. Louis.
Okay.
No, going into the second year, we knew he wasn't the guy, and we just lost faith. We lost trust.
How does that manifest? How does that show up?
Okay, so for us, when the stuff he was preaching, he wasn't doing, and it was obvious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and he would jump on us for losses or attack people in the meeting room that shouldn't be attacked. Like, you never yell at your quarterback in front of the team. That's stuff you do behind closed doors. And I think he thought he was doing it for the right reasons, but he wasn't, and he turned us off. So we kind of knew by
And once
Wednesday,
you're out, that's it, right?
Yeah, there's unless you make a complete 180, because we're looking for a leader. But when it's obvious you're not the guy, it gets really depressing in that room.
Look, this is kind of.
I hope his family isn't listening.
Well,
because no one knows those stories.
If it's true, it's true.
Yeah,
and you got to wonder if they're not also true about Darvin, because look, we were talking about this from the moment they fired Darvin. And JJ's name was being talked about as a potential replacement, and they tried to hire Dan Hurley and everything, and it just
Connecticut dude,
right?
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, it's JJ, and then wait, it's Hurley, then wait, no, it's JJ, and I think a lot of Laker fans, myself included, were like, guys, I'm not saying that it won't make a difference, but the team is virtually exactly the same. How different could it be? It's pretty different.
3-0. I mean, small sample size.
But it's not. Look, they could have gone 1-2 or 2-1 in these games, and if it looked like this, look, I get they didn't win them all, but that looks a lot.
It looks
better.
like the arrow is pointing up.
It looks like they have a plan. Like, I'm not just talking about my plan on Friday night, but when you show up with a plan and you execute the plan, and the plan works, everybody around you's like, hey, give us another plan. Let's go do it again.
Picture. Tell me if it's true. There is a sign in the Laker locker room about having your hands in your pocket.
Okay, I feel
real?
like that's fake.
That has to be fake,
what
right?
Was it? I didn't see it.
So it looks like a sign outside of a purple hallway.
You know, you have
could be a Lakers
slogans
locker.
on the wall in every locker room.
Sure.
I think that's a Photoshop.
Okay, so one of the slogans is you can't have your hands in your pockets. That's a direct shot at Darvin Ham.
Well, I think that's a Twitter thing. People said about Darvin Ham.
But if it's real, then that tells you everything you need to know about one coach to the next.
I think if it was real, like someone from Laker, like David McMenamin would have tweeted it out.
Okay, because it might have been real. Like I am sick of seeing your
AI,
your bad body language.
Not
you
Allen
think so?
Iverson. The
not
other
AI.
AI.
The other
I
AI.
think it's
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Photoshop AI.
But even though the sentiment's the same, of like Darvin Ham seemed like someone who did not use timeouts, did not have time, plays coming out of.
He seemed overmatched.
Yes. Okay. And this may be a conversation for another day. We're going to get back to the Dodgers in Game 3 at Yankee Stadium tonight here in just a little bit. But if you're that over your skis, if you don't have a plan, if people are checking out on you as quickly as it seemed like they did, how in the world do you get the job to begin with?
That's a great question.
Like what is going on in that interview process that's not translating to what's going on the sidelines of a game?
Well, the
what's
Lakers
going on
aren't the
practice?
first company that's been fooled by a
No. I'm not saying that it's exclusively Rob Pelinka. So I'm just saying that boy, oh boy, man,
I thought I was hiring Beaver Cleaver. I got Eddie Haskell.
Yeah, what was that going on in the interview room? Like, okay, I'm all in on this guy to turn over the lake. It's okay, and then again, Redick just looks like he knows what he's doing right away.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, why would you question J.J. Redick and his basketball IQ?
You wouldn't, but you would question whether or not
the fact that he hasn't coached before.
Yeah,
that makes sense, but it seems like in that sport, you can walk right off the floor and right into a coaching job.
It kind of goes like Jason Kidd struggled right away.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr didn't. Not
Nash.
Steve Kerr. Nash is what I'm thinking of. Steve Nash really
is he still
struggled.
Coaching? He is still coaching. No, he's not coaching anymore.
He's down the road. Like it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that J.J. Redick could say, "Hey, draw me up an inbounds play." He's been around basketball. I know he knows how to do that. Hey, what do you want to work on at practice? I know he knows how to do that. He's been in the NBA, college. He's been around basketball his whole life. Being the head coach of the Lakers, though, is its entirely own thing. It's the most examined, analyzed, and quite frankly, disproportionately analyzed job in all of the NBA, where everything you do becomes this big thing. And for better or for worse, to never have been a head coach and to step in that's a huge ask.
I just think of his mentors, though. Well, one in particular. I bet that J.J. Redick knows more about basketball than most people walking the planet.
Yeah, sure.
Including current players and coaches.
But that doesn't always translate to being a great coach.
If he was a star, an all-NBA perennial guy, I think that would work against him. But the fact that he wasn't, I think it helps him in this new endeavor. So we'll see. It's only 3 games, but so far so good.
Our worry level for Shohei Otani is That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Greg, they don't call me Johnny Baseball for nothing.
That's exactly. Every time I think of what you're really good at, it's baseball.
Yep. The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Come out for a day of golf and fun and help support the men and women who fight for our freedom. On Monday, November 11th, the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry will play host to the 2024 Land of the Free Foundation Veterans Day Golf Classic. All proceeds from the tournament will go directly to charities who support the men and women of our armed forces. For more information on the tournament, please visit the website landofthefreefoundation.org or give them a call at 562-833-4361.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can book a drain cleaning for just $88. That's right, just $88, and you can keep your plumbing in top shape and ensure you're game day ready. So don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN today to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your $88 drain cleaning appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
With over 20 clinics in the greater LA area, Game Day Men's Health offers premium services like testosterone therapy, ED treatment, and more to optimize your health. Visit GameDayMen'sLA.com to schedule your complimentary testosterone test and consultation. Get back in the game with Game Day Men's Health.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Coverage of the 2024 World Series on ESPN LA is driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. With next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai Cars and SUVs gives you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I'm looking at Dwayne Wade's statue.
I was just going to say, you and I were talking about Dwayne Wade's statue during the break. Like,
But how do you make a black beard on a black man bronze without making the jaw look like
I'm just saying the statues over here by Crypto.com, the vast majority of them bear a striking resemblance to who they're supposed to look like.
Shaq didn't have a beard.
No,
Kobe didn't have a beard.
Don't get too hung up on the beard.
No, but that's the problem. That's the thing that makes his jawline
look
so
looks like
weird.
He was horribly burned in a fire. He looks like he's been trapped in an inferno.
So, well, it's a bronze statue, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
but the ones over there are bronze too. Shaq looks like Shaq. Kobe looks like Kobe. Jerry West looks like Jerry West.
Still not. It's still not worse than the Washington football team with their Sean Taylor, the first one.
Oh yeah,
when they put his jersey and his pants on a wire statue.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that cost
was weird.
about $1 to make.
Like somebody at some point saw this before the unveiling, and don't you say, "Hey guys, we're postponing this. We're gonna give the artist another chance to do it, or get a different artist, but we're not revealing a Dwayne Wade statue that looks like Tom Kite. We're not doing that.
It is different than the issue with the Kobe one with the stats, because that's a small detail that also should have been fixed.
Typographical mistake, shouldn't have been on there, but that's I'm making a 3 instead of a 4.
It still looks like a Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't this put Dwayne Wade in a bad situation? Because what do you say?
I don't think it puts him. I think it puts the artist in a bad situation. It puts the team in a bad situation.
But even if you hate it, what can you say?
They're
honoring you.
I appreciate the fact that they wanted a statue out of me. I did not know that that's what I look like.
You get one picture and that's it. That's it. One shot only. And that's it.
Hey, technology's so advanced, we can't get a face right. Come on, guys.
Right?
I mean, but you got to make that in the bronze, though.
Yeah, but still, like
others have.
Yeah.
This was not the first attempt to make a bronze statue.
I'm telling
of a
you,
human being.
it's the beard. It just doesn't something in his head.
It looks
because I'm looking at the side, but the ears are right, the nose is right, the head size is right. It's just the jaw that looks weird.
It looked like if you put the bronze face on and you didn't let it harden and it started to melt and then it stopped.
Have you seen the movie The Fifth Element? That's what it looks like.
At
the end.
Good.
Yes, that's it right there. Oh, my God.
So Shohei, late in the game on Saturday night, trying to steal second base, slides in and messes up his left shoulder. Subluxation?
That's not dislocation, right?
It's a
just
separation.
Gone too far.
It's not dislocated, but it's a mild separation.
Okay.
This is where Dr. Clapper would be useful. Clapper Vision, if you're listening to us, Doc, give us a call. He's going to play tonight.
Yeah.
And Em said you saw some videos of him putting on his backpack and stuff like that.
Yeah. He looked like a normal person putting their backpack on.
I'm sure that putting on your backpack is one thing and trying to hit a major league fastball is another.
A little bit different. Yeah. You can lighten the load of that backpack.
Yeah.
So AK, that was on with the Blue Review, said that he heard from a doctor that having a left shoulder injury is actually not the worst thing for a left-handed hitter.
Makes sense.
It does?
Yeah,
Okay.
A little bit. Because it's his back shoulder as a hitter, right?
Back shoulder's the killer.
As a left-handed hitter, he's like this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're going to pull with your right shoulder. Your launch point is going to be more your front side than your back side, and your backside just kind of trailing along a little bit. That being said, like if you said pick one or the other, I definitely pick the left side.
The left shoulder, okay.
But look, until you see him swing the bat, and he may go 10 for his next 10, and we're like, yep, he's fine. He could go 0 for his next 10, and I don't know if that's just baseball being baseball or whether his shoulder's messed up. I know that he'll be doing whatever he needs to get out there. The good news is the Dodgers won that game.
Yeah.
And while you would never, ever want to, I do think they can win 2 of the next 5 games, even if Shohei Otani is not at his absolute best.
Okay.
Maybe not without him, because I think his presence is a game changer.
Oh, no doubt. You still have to pitch around him. He still changes the math. Anytime he's up or getting ready to come up or he's at the plate, changes everything. You have to think about it. But I thought at some point to win this World Series, he's going to have to be superhuman. At some point in this series, he's going to have to be.
Yeah. And by the way, still
legendary Shohei.
He hasn't been superhuman, but he got a big hit.
Oh, yeah.
And he scored a big run.
We gave him a letter grade of a B. I mean, that's pretty good.
But even in that double off the wall, he missed hitting a home run by, 2 feet?
Yeah.
I mean, and that ball was hit on a line. Like, it had that top spin. So usually if you backspin it, if that ball's backspin, it's beyond where Freddie's landed.
Yeah.
But a little top spinner, so it kind of had that thing. But his presence changes everything.
I saw a video. Somebody was interviewing Randy Johnson, and they said, how would you pitch Shohei? You know what he said? Very carefully.
Yeah.
No, that's the big unit.
Well, you heard Greg Maddux on Bonds, right?
Yeah.
Like Maddox's whole thing on Bonds, it's hilarious. He goes, Barry Bonds, the easiest guy I ever had to pitch to. He goes, if it mattered, you just walked him.
Yeah.
Like, no,
there you go.
Yeah, you take. I'm not messing around with that.
Very carefully.
I'm not dealing with that.
I hope this shoulder doesn't ruin his series.
I don't think it will.
Because there's not much else you can do with him if he's not hitting.
No, I mean, look, he's a designated hitter, and he hasn't been stealing bases the way that we've seen, but he has scored runs. He has been getting on base. But here's the thing. If he's just there, you still have to pitch to Mookie. You still have to pitch to Freddie. You still have to pitch to Teo. You still have to pitch to Tommy Edman. Max Muncy's been pretty quiet, but he's a dead. It's not like, hey, listen, if Juan Soto or Aaron Judge went out for the Yankees,
future Dodger Soto,
it's a different calculus because those guys have to carry so much of the load. The Dodger lineup is much deeper than the Yankees.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Even if Show
it's bearing out to be,
let's say he's at 65% of his best. It's not great, but it's still okay. The rest of those guys are playing well, and they can carry the load. Like Dodger fans, Dodger players, and we're not anywhere near this yet, but it can't be, if Show hadn't gotten hurt, we would have. No. You have a 2-0 lead. Right. You have a 2-0 lead. Get this thing across the finish line, even if he's not able to be full Otani.
That's what if they go and sweep the Yankees, which probably won't happen.
You're the only one on the graphic that called the sweep, by the way.
I was having fun, and I'm like, wait a minute, this could actually happen. But if they are to beat the Yankees, period, at some point, Shohei is going to have to save the day. At some point in this series, he's going to have to save the day. So I hope that shoulder doesn't ruin it. If you are on the bump against Shohei and you know he's got a shoulder, are you pitching him in or out?
In.
I
would
you're
be
trying
in.
to jam him.
It's a weird deal. Like I think
I'd be making him reach.
I would never want him to get his arms extended. That's why there's no good way to pitch him. If anybody knew how to pitch him, he wouldn't have gone 59, 54. There is no good way to do it. But big sluggers like that, I would want to tie them up. Like, I don't want them to be able to extend their arms all the way, but good luck with that.
I'd test him, but that might land.
But no, you're in that idea where you have to reach. Yeah. And again, Otani's such a weird player, and not weird in the best possible way. Have you ever seen a player that's that good, that's that dangerous, that can do that many, that takes so many terrible swings? Like where he just looks lost, where he's flailing, he's spinning out.
The only one I can is Adam Dunn, but he was.
Dunn wasn't like this.
But everything was a home run to him. Yeah,
Dunn was a great slugger.
Yeah.
But this guy will take two swings. You're like, dude, did he even see the baseball? And then the next one's off the roof.
He may be setting you up.
It's crossed my mind.
He may be setting you up.
I swear to you, it's crossed my mind. That's one of those.
He's a pitcher, right?
I'm going to make you think that you can get me out with this.
Yes.
There's a great story about Greg Maddux we were talking about, and he said I think it was Bagwell, like the catcher at the time, I think it was Eddie Perez. He said, no matter what, under no circumstances are we going to throw an inside fastball to Jeff Bagwell. Never. He murders that pitch. Never. So he's pitching in a game, and they had like a 10-run lead, and Bagwell comes up, right? And he calls Eddie. He goes, we're throwing an inside fastball. He goes, he goes, trust me. Inside fastball, gone. Right? Yeah. So now it's 10-1 or whatever it is, 10-2. He threw it because now I can get him out with the changeup in the same
later
spot.
on.
Like
that in the playoffs.
I'm thinking way down the road.
I wonder if Shohei, he is a pitcher.
Manny Ramirez used to do that.
He has pitcher logic. Yes.
Sure.
Deion Sanders used to make people think he was burned.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden catch up and catch it. Right.
There's nothing I would put past that guy, but like Mookie will take a bad swing once, but not very often. Freddie almost never takes a bad swing. And then there's Otani, who looks like, hey, I've never played. Oh, wait, there it goes, 500 feet.
If you're pitching against him and he takes a bad swing, what is your mindset as a pitcher?
No, at this point, having seen him enough, just let it go. Just execute
just let it go.
Next pitch.
Okay.
I'm not putting that into the computer.
I might
bank.
try to give him a I got him, Mom. Look at this.
God.
Bang. I didn't have him,
How about
Mom.
this? He's gonna lead off the game tonight. How about you just put one in the third deck right out of the chute? You talk about the air out of the balloon like almost instantly.
You got a chance to put the dagger in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a chance if you do it there.
Tonight's obviously they go up 3-0. That goes without saying. But don't burn a bunch of pitching tonight, even if it's a close game. You know what I mean? Like if you could, there's a way to not have to really hammer your bullpen in a loss. If you can get through it with minimal bullpen work, because tomorrow I'm already thinking about how many guys you're gonna have to use tomorrow.
Of course,
it's a lot on their plate. All right. A little factor cap. I'm going to imagine there's a World Series or two in there. Yeah, that's happening. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, D-Far here. Play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get stuck in traffic when you don't have to? You can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than an hour. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, like exceptional entertainment. I mean, fun, great stuff, good shows. Dining, spa, golf, let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. The casino floor is huge. There's 1,100 hotel rooms there as well. Suites, spa, golf course, 20 bars, restaurants make Pechanga at Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. So come see why readers of Newsweek, USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. So whether your idea of entertainment is kicking it poolside or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, to book a reservation or for more info. Also, follow them on Pechanga on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information, and I think I've been to a bar.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
And how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP. Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213 833-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap.
Right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hey.
Aloha.
Aloha. Hey, guys.
My B.
It's okay. It's all good. Jorge has been doing fantastic this
Did you
morning.
call me a B?
Just giving him a shout out because he's been having to deal with a lot of technical difficulties and doing it super well. So shout out to Jorge.
Hey, buenos dias. With a B.
All right, so we've had amazing success in LA for the past couple of days. My best friend Sarah landed here in Los Angeles, and since then, an LA team has not lost. So here is the rundown. The Rams beat the Vikings 30-20. The LA Kings beat the Sharks 3-2. The Dodgers beat the Yankees 6-3. The Lakers beat the Suns 123-116. USC beat Rutgers. Dodgers beat Yankees. Lakers beat Kings. Clippers beat Nuggets. LA Kings beat Utah. Galaxy beat Rapids. USC beat Gonzaga in basketball. Chargers beat Saints. Clippers beat Warriors. And LAFC beat the Whitecaps.
Wow.
So that's not just a couple things. That's everything. As well as my friend Sarah has some luck behind her. So she lives in Denver, Colorado, and she goes to a decent amount of Rockies games. She has not seen a Rockies loss.
Ever?
That she's attended. She's,
wow.
A game
they lose
she's
100
at.
games a year.
Exactly. Any game Sarah attends, the Rockies win.
They win.
Usually in like exciting fashion in some way.
Season tickets.
So my statement is, I should get Sarah on a flight back right now, or else the Dodgers are going to lose tonight. Travis, Factor Cap.
You don't mess with a win streak.
I was going to say, you do not mess with a win streak. Fact. I don't know your economic situation or Sarah's, but we might need to do a GoFundMe to get her back out here. I don't know if you can, like, maybe that she left, the spell is broken, and bringing her back wouldn't fix anything. But when stuff is going your way, same pants, same way to work, same food, same everything. So same Sarah, too.
You don't mess with a win streak. And like I said, look, $10,000 to go to the game is worth it for the memory. It is up to you to bring her back in, Emily. If you want to win this World Series, it's up to you.
All
so,
right.
yes, fact.
Jorge?
If it's not a sweep, I'm blaming you, Sarah.
There you go. Don't come back.
Mess with us, Sarah.
Yeah. She had a great time, by the way. So, also, on Friday, it was my friend's birthday dinner. And so we were watching the game, I think, up until like the 7th inning, and then we had to call our Uber to get to our reservation. And so at that point in time, I believe it was the Dodgers had a slight lead. I think it was even a 2-1 lead at that point in time. So we were leaving. I was keeping my phone, and I was like kind of checking up on it occasionally. And then every so often at the dinner, I would just like refresh, and I was like, oh no, they're at the bottom of the 9th. Oh no, they're losing. And I'm like, oh, they won. And then I broke it to everyone at the dinner. And I know that my friends didn't care about this because I knew that it meant a lot to me, but I was a little conscious of like, I wasn't going to put my phone on the Fox broadcast and put it on my table in front of me, but I was checking it every so often. So it's rude to check your phone at dinner regardless of the circumstances in terms of sports. I'm saying if it's sports.
Oh, Cap. No.
Okay.
No. Very, very Cap. Sometimes you have to. You have to check your phone, especially if you're in this biz, right? And sports is going on.
That's
and
it.
if you're a fan just watching it as a fan and you're at some dinner and you're supposed to be engaged in that,
Again, this is a nice dinner, not
that's a
TVs
foul.
around. Yeah.
But you're in the biz. You got to do this. This is part of your job, right? So that's definitely Cap.
All right, Trev?
It's Cap for exactly what DeMarco said. If you were just, a fan, whatever, and this was like, I don't know.
Your kid's graduation.
Somebody's graduation or your grandmother's wake or something like that.
No,
Not
that's
cool.
That's
but
a faux pas.
You work in broadcasting. You need to be aware of what's going on in these events. Now, if this were the Texas Rangers and the, Cincinnati Reds, rude. Because we're probably not going to talk about that. But this is the hometown team.
Yes.
Right. Jorge?
With the guys, Cap. One thing is to check your scores. The other is to actually have the game and watch it on your lap. I think that's the rude part. But we're part of this business.
Yep.
We're checking our phones constantly.
Who checks their prize picks in church?
Don't ask me.
Just saying.
I was about to blaspheme, but I decided not to.
All right. So I went to a Halloween party on Saturday night, and it was of my old roommate and really good friend. And then we have a mutual friend that both and I are not friends with anymore. And he decided to be the one to cut us off. And so ever so often, she'll get a piece of information of like, oh, he's here. Oh, he's there. He's doing this. He's dating this person, whatever. And sometimes I want to know, and sometimes I don't want to know. For this specific instance, I found out that he moved to London, and I was like, oh, interesting, that fits. Anyway, so you want to know about friends you are no longer friends with. Not because they just faded away, but because something happened and you're no longer friends. So you would want to know about their goings-on. Jorge, Fetcher Cap.
Cap. I don't. Fine. You don't talk to me. Great. If it was great while you were here in my life, look, it's still okay after if you wanted to be in it or not. So I do your thing, bro. Like, you do what you got to do, and, good luck.
Trev?
I agree with Jorge. You don't want to be a part of my life? That's fine. And that's just, we're done. That's cool. I'm good. I got lots of friends.
It was funny in the conversation with her. She was like, I don't know if I should be the one telling you this. I'm like, I didn't ask for this information. I was just like, oh. But also it's interesting to be like, oh.
No,
that's,
like if the information comes across your radar and like things like somebody moving to London, like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, I wish I would have. Like, if you don't want me to know, I don't care.
No, I love tea. I love tea.
I do love the tea.
I love tea. I want to hear info. But it depends. It cuts both ways. So if you cut me off, then I could care less. You got hit by a bus. You don't exist.
Right.
But I may have cut you off.
Yeah.
So in that instance, I want to hear about your demise.
Okay.
You want the bus schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to hear about it.
Me
Yeah.
and Sarah had a long conversation about people that we have a list of people that like either we are rooting for their demise. That's one group of people. And there's people that you like just don't really care about, but occasionally you'll check in and like if they're not doing well, it kind of makes you feel a little better. But there's like different levels of people that you don't really care about anymore.
There's some people, yeah.
And I just know he moved to London because he thought it would fix things, and it's not going
Good luck.
to.
Hey, man, my kid is really into this World Series.
Yeah?
Yeah, because all of her friends are.
All right.
That's
Get
lovely.
her a hat.
I am.
Get her a jersey.
I getting her she's telling me stuff.
What jersey does she want? Can I offer?
Take a guess.
Okay, show.
Everybody has a show.
That's
head.
fine.
Yeah.
Like Freddie would be pretty badass right about
It
now.
would be.
Freddie Freeman might be cool. It might be.
Never go wrong with
No
Mookie.
Kike though.
Yeah,
no Kike.
Look, Kike.
Are we live?
Niche, but Freddie right now, like show is show. So
yeah.
Get her an Edmund.
Show. By the way, not bad, Emily.
Okay,
not bad. There's a lot of good options.
She's gonna want a show.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Get
all right.
multiples.
So I also didn't just have one Sarah visiting. I actually had two Sarahs visiting, two Sarahs in my life, different stages of my life. But they wanted to do some touristy things. This is not their first time in LA, but they like to do some touristy things. And one of them included, they just wanted to go to Erewhon, not to buy anything, just to go and gawk and see things. And I said, I will walk you to Erewhon, and I will sit outside. I don't want to be like weird and being like, oh, look at this price, look at this price. Like people are shopping.
How far is Erewhon from your place?
We were already in a place that we were eating brunch, and it was just happened to be like close by.
Have you been to an Erewhon, DeMarco?
I don't think I have. No.
Okay.
And honestly,
go?
the prices aren't that much different than Whole Foods, so it's like the same thing. But they are. So my statement is, there are touristy things that you just won't do. Even if like someone's asking you, please, can we go do this? DeMarco, if I
won't do
things that you won't do, touristy things
fact.
you won't do.
Yeah, fact. Let's see. Hey, we talked about it. That Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah.
If you want to go see that, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, but you can't
Your
tell
best friend in the whole world's like, please, all I want to do is see the Santa Monica Pier.
I will give you directions. I'll give you directions on how to get there, and I'll see you after. Yes, no doubt. Yes.
All right, Trev.
What were you? You were Cap?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cap.
I'm fat. I'll go. I would like if somebody in the scenario.
The Hollywood sign.
That's actually not so bad. That's
Really?
a good hike.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not so bad. But I think the Santa Monica Pier is the ultimate litmus test. I have seen it. I don't know how many times. There's nothing to do down there. It's gross. Like it's really
crowded.
All of the above. But if somebody said to me, "Hey, I'd just love to see it." All right,
there it is.
Like I'll go.
Be like,
I
we'll sit
don't
on the
want
beach
to, but I'll
next
go.
to it.
I'll go. Yeah.
All right, Jorge.
So I had a cousin of mine. She lives in Colorado. She brought her best friend. Basically, they're sisters, right? She's like, do you know where the Kardashians live? I was like, no. Well, I heard of Calabasas.
In Calabasas.
Can you take us to Calabasas? No, that's like an hour and a half,
that's
2
not
hours.
close.
Yeah, like
send them Keys number.
Yeah,
there you go.
So they wanted to go there, but yeah.
I did go to Calabasas yesterday. So my friend, her only request was to go. She wanted to go to Sugarfish because she'd seen it, and so we were already in Topanga, and so I was like, let's just make it to the.
I know which Erewhon you went to.
No, Erewhon. We went to an Erewhon in Culver City.
Oh, okay.
It was a different day, but I was like, we'll go to the Sugarfish in Calabasas, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Back in the day, it was the mansion.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to go.
I've never been,
I'm
but
in.
if somebody said to me, hey, you want to go? Yeah, I'll go check that out.
I'm in. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll go see
Back
what's
in the
going on.
day,
That,
yes,
that
sir.
is decidedly not my lane,
Yes.
but I'd also like to be able to check the box.
What was that quarterback at UCLA?
Cade McNown.
Josh Rosen?
Every time I was there, he was there.
Cade was a regular?
Every time I was there, he was there.
He knows
It's
what's
like
up.
coincidence, right? Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure he was saying there's this guy for the Rams that's always here. You're not going to believe it.
No doubt.
Factor Cap is brought to you by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team.
Never thought of that.
But family always comes first. Well, I did.
You're right. That cuts both ways.
213-747-2000, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com. You and Cade McNown are like the Spider-Man meme at the mansion, like, you
We
again.
might have been.
You again.
You know who I was sitting next to? I'll tell you later.
Oh no, it's Christian Bale and Michael Caine at the end of Batman, or
Yes.
whatever. They nod at each other in the Italian cafe.
Yeah, it's just like, what's up, Cade? What's up, Far?
My man.
See you next time. All right, get a little inside look at Shohei's injury. Dr. Clapper, he's going to rate in next. Plus, DeMarco, Rams right in the NFC West race. That's all coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
Heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
California voters, listen up. The voting period has begun, and your ballot should have arrived in your mailbox. If you're feeling unsure about the voting process, My Vote, My Health is here to help. We offer a personal voting concierge service to make voting easy and accessible for everyone. Just call 1-855-223-2323. That's 1-855-223-2323. Our friendly live operators are standing by to help you with confirming important voting dates and deadlines, finding the nearest in-person voting center, locating your closest ballot drop box. Whether you prefer to vote by mail, drop off your ballot, or vote in person, we are here to guide you every step of the way. Remember, the last day to vote in person or drop off or mail in your ballot is Tuesday, November 5th. Your vote matters. Don't wait until the last minute. Call us today and let us help you plan your vote. For your personal voting concierge, call 1-855-223-2323. That's 1-855-223-2323.
It's SUV month at Kia of Carson, and you can get sweet deals on the last of the 24 Tellurides and win a sweet night experience for you and 3 guests for just a test drive. Compliments of Kia of Carson and ESPN LA. We have great deals on our hybrids and plug-ins, as well as our all-electric models. So whether you decide to go with the Nero hybrid with an EPA estimated 53 mpg in the city or a rugged Telluride, we have the car and the deal for you all month at Kia of Carson. Visit KiaofCarson.com, or better yet, come test drive a new Kia for a chance to win a sweet experience.
Lakers fans, are you looking for new Lakers merch to add to your closet? We got you covered. Head over to LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com and snag the latest tees, hats, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, accessories, and more to rep the purple and gold. We've got something for the whole family. Mom, dad, kids, and babies too. Rep your team and look good doing it. Check out LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com. Let's go Lake Show.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sounds like wipers. If your wipers are streaking, skipping, chattering, or even worse, loud, you need to visit AutoZone and get some fresh new blades. We've got basic wipers to get you back on the road, as well as premium blades from Bosch and Rain-X. So if you're hearing this, just head to your nearest AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Marla Hooch.
League of their own. We'll get into that cover.
Yes.
But you know what this means. That means that none other than Dr. Clapper is joining us right now. How you feeling this morning, Doc?
I'm good. I just came back from surgery, so I'm ready to talk to you guys.
Nice.
Okay, great. So tell me what happened to Shohei. Clapper vision this for me. Should I be a little concerned, a lot of concern? What's going on in that shoulder?
What's beautiful about Shohei Otani is how strong he is and how flexible he is. So when he slid into second base, you all watched his left shoulder pop out and pop back in again. And that's why he held his elbow, not because he had an elbow issue, but because he actually pushed the ball off the socket. So here's a Clapper vision for you. What allows your shoulder, the ball and socket joint, to move the most of any joint in our body, more than your ankle, your knee, your hip, the hip being a ball and socket joint as well, is that the socket side of the ball and socket joint in the shoulder is the equivalent of a golf ball on a golf tee. It's very shallow. So the body makes up for the shallowness of the socket, so the ball's not covered very much by a very thick rubberized gasket called the labrum. That's how you're able, if you listen right now, if they're watching on YouTube, you can take your shoulder and move your arm 180 degrees. You can't do that with your hip, but that puts you at risk for the ball, the golf ball, falling off the tee, right? Any slight wind, Travis, you've been there.
Sure.
And the ball falls off, you haven't even hit it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Shohei Otani. The ball slipped off the socket like the ball slipped off the golf tee and went back into place.
Does it just go right back into place and we're right back where we started? Is it incredibly painful? Is there inflammation? How do you treat it moving forward?
So the way it works with Shohei Otani is because he's so flexible, he has a lot more give than you and I, and he clearly has not significantly hurt his labrum or those structures because he's so loosey-goosey and flexible. And he's so strong so he can compensate for it. Here's another Clapper vision for you. For all the listeners driving right now, whenever your tires wear out, they ask you, do you want to have the alignment checked? You always say yes, because if you took your hands off the steering wheel, you want your tires to run true so that your car goes straight without holding the steering wheel. They literally use wrenches and bolts to make the tires fully aligned so that if you let go, the car goes straight. But you know, if you say no to the alignment, the car is off a little bit. By holding onto the steering wheel, you can keep the car riding straight, even though it's malaligned. Well, the analogy, the Clapper vision, is just that. He's so strong that even if he stretched out the labrum and the capsule when he partially dislocated his shoulder, he can compensate with his strong muscles to keep the ball in place better than the rest of it. So to answer your question, how can it not be painful? How can it not decrease the power of a left-handed batter? You could speak to that better than anyone, Travis. and Kirk, because you're athletes. You play baseball. You know what it's like for that left shoulder in a left-handed batter giving him the power.
Doc, I'm not Kirk.
DeMarco's here.
Oh, sorry about that. I can't keep this straight.
This
Now that
happens
the
too
phones are
frequently.
broken.
Thank you very much. Wow, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, I have a new name for our show. Malaligned.
There
I like
you go.
that. That's a great name for our show.
That
Malaligned. So he's going to be in pain going forward. There's no, I mean, he could do it again, right? If he tries to steal again, something bad could happen. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
You know, that's a really good question. Obviously, nobody knows. But if he did not structurally rip his labrum, which would need surgery, which we saw with Kevin Love when Kelly Olynyk ripped his, and dislocated his shoulder, because he's built like the rest of us, but not Shohei Otani. He's got more flexibility, and he can now use his strength to keep the ball in the socket. Will it be painful? Yes, it's got to be. Will it affect how he hits the baseball? That incredible combination of finesse and power that you need to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, common sense tells you it's got to impact how he's going to be at the plate.
Is it more likely to come out again, Doc?
It depends if – good question. It depends if the labrum is torn, and this is where the MRI tells us that. Because if he just stretched the capsule and didn't tear the labrum, so there's no structural damage, it's just his flexibility that got the best of him, then there's no worries that it's going to happen again. But if something structural occurred, then yes, it could.
Is this something that let's just hopefully this is a non-issue and it heals and we never talk about this ever again. But if it did happen again and there is some structural damage in that labrum, is it an easy fix? Is it something that is a fairly routine procedure to have somebody fix the labrum like that?
So my very good friend who was on the Weekend Warrior show many times, Neil Elatrosh, is really the leader of us all, and the Dodgers are lucky to have him as their doctor. And he actually did both the elbow surgeries on Shohei Otani. But he came to Cedars-Sinai and gave a wonderful grand round. And I'll never forget this, going up after the talk to him, because it is unnatural for a human being to be able to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour. And so your shoulder, particularly in elite pitchers, in order for them to do that, some of the inside of their shoulder had to tear to allow them to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In other words, they have to create an abnormality to the capsule, to the biceps tendon, to the labrum, to allow this to occur. So you have to be very careful as an elite sports surgeon to actually not go in and treat them as a weekend warrior. You actually have to recognize that some of their abnormality is the reason they can do these abnormal things. So this is where the judgment comes. This is not for every guy who does shoulder surgery to operate on an elite athlete, because if you treat them like a weekend warrior and you fix everything that you see, every tear, they will not be able to do the abnormal, which is throwing 100 miles an hour. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's really important here is you almost need to leave some of these guys alone and let them be abnormal.
Dr. Clapper joining us here on Trav and DeMarco. And Doc, before we let you go, I was getting ready to kind of list off your incredible accolades: orthopedic surgeon, radio host, surfer, and I landed on sculptor, which made me think of.
Oh, no.
Have you seen Dwayne Wade's statue out in front of the Miami Heat's arena by chance?
Yeah, my only question is, did they actually look at the picture of what Dwayne Wade looks like? Because to me, it doesn't look anything like Dwayne Wade.
No, it doesn't.
Nothing
So
like
I was
him.
going to ask you, how hard are faces? Because apparently they're pretty hard.
Well, one of my favorite cartoonists from Mad Magazine, Mort Drucker, used to say, so he has a Clapper vision for you. Do you know why Miles Davis was the greatest trumpet player of all time?
His cheeks.
Because Miles Davis said he was focusing on when he didn't play the trumpet, the spaces in between the notes. So Mort Drucker, the Mad Magazine cartoonist who inspired me to be an artist used to say, everybody has two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. But what made Mort Drucker the best cartoonist and caricaturist is he focused on the space between the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. That's what makes us all look different. And this sculptor clearly does not understand the spaces in between the two eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
He's an orthopedic surgeon, a radio host, a sculptor, a surfer, and, of course, the man behind Clapper Vision, Dr. Robert Clapper. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Elotrosh.
All right. Talk soon. Thank you. Okay, bye.
You got it. Well done, DeMarco. Or Kirk. Or what was
Whoever it is, right.
Whoever the guy on the other side is right there. There you go. I knew the second I'm writing down, I'm like, I'm going to ask him about Dwayne Wade. You saw my face. I'm like, yeah.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. That's
Doc,
so bad.
Yeah,
that's so bad.
Not great.
Good news on Shohei, right? Yeah.
I think so.
That helped.
I think so. I
He's
like
going to
the
be in
idea
pain, but so what?
of him being strong enough to keep that thing in line for as long as they like. Worst case scenario, you got a week to go.
Yeah,
right. There's a week to go. I guess so. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Saturday is the last day that there can be a game, so you got a week to go.
One of the toughest dudes I ever saw was Eric Weddle when he tore the pec and
Right,
went back in and
the
played
Super Bowl.
because this was it.
This is it.
This is it. Why not? You got
And
2
you know
games
what?
left.
You got two players that are playing hobbled. It means that other guys hopefully will get that. It's my turn to step up to help out these guys.
Rams right in the middle of the NFC West, especially after what happened this weekend. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco. 710 ESPN. All right, let's talk about my pals at NextGen. You know NextGen, the official AC heating and plumbing company and SoCal sports fans. They are the best in the business, backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. I know that it feels like we kind of got through the worst of the summer, but you know what's coming. Halloween's always 90 degrees. Thanksgiving's always 90 degrees. And then it gets cold right after that. So why not make sure that everything is running at its best? Give NextGen a call. 833-3NEXTGen. 833-3NEXGEN. And you can get on their NextGen VIP Rewards program. It's a great way to do it. They're going to come out and service all your stuff. They're going to give you great pricing. And my favorite part of all is a 2-hour priority service window, which means they're going to get there quick. They're going to take care of you first. That's the way that it's supposed to go. Good luck finding that somewhere else that isn't NextGen. 833-3NEXTGen. 833-3NEXGEN. Or, of course, you can go online at nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
When ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com. And remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
Yeah, the Raiders haven't won since 1900s. Now, here's the thing. Did you see the nugget? There's video of Gardner Minshew. I think this is after he was pulled from the game. You know what I'm talking about, Brian?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So there's video of him digging up his nose and eating a booger.
Oh, he got caught.
He went in deep. He went in deep, too. He was like
and another
2 knuckles
50
in.
that he eats it.
Yeah.
Look, if you're going to pick your nose, fine. Like, people pick their nose. Just don't eat it.
No,
Like,
exactly.
just don't eat it.
There's a line.
Right, and the line is putting it into
putting it in your
That
mouth.
sums up the Raiders year. Just
Has anybody here ever eaten a booger?
No.
Oh, yeah, when I was a kid.
I
probably.
never ate a booger. A booger's gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
Who would eat a booger? And yet some people do.
Gardner Minshew.
Apparently Ireland and Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, why not?
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Yeah. What about that?
You said you had a party at your house on Saturday night?
Yeah, it
Friday
turned
night?
into one.
It
turned into one when I popped the Milagro.
An impromptu party.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we had to call the babysitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a
'Cause
Halloween party.
we weren't being good parents at that point.
Well,
no.
you did the right thing and brought
Yep.
in reinforcements.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Make sure they get to bed on time.
Yeah, yeah.
We wound up in the backyard.
Okay.
Oh yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Loud
yeah.
or just chill?
And
or?
no one brought. We have a hot tub. We have a pool back there, and no one brought bathing suits. But that did not stop us. That's what I'm saying. We had to bring in the babysitter. One of them. One of them nights. Yeah.
At the beginning of the story, I thought I was like, "Oh, call Emily." I'm like, "Nope."
That's what I'm saying.
Don't call Emily. Call a babysitter who has no other connection to you.
I mean, I got questions.
I have no answers. I'm just telling. That's
how big's your hot tub?
10-seater.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
Were there 10 people in it?
Yeah.
Humans too.
I count as 2. Yeah, humans. Yeah, it was fun.
Huh.
So,
Go
Freddie
Dodgers.
Freeman. That's right. Freddie. Thank you, Freddie Freeman. You're the
And
man.
she is gone.
You're the man. Yes, sir.
I'm not at a loss for words very often. This is a new one for me.
Yeah, it's one of them nights. It was good, though. I thought everybody in L.A. was having the same. You were having fun.
I had a great time, but
Thank you.
at no point was I in
doing
anybody's
PV.
pool. I had a great time. I dressed up as Jimmy Dugan from League of Their Own.
Yes, I saw the picture.
Emily, did I send it to you?
Yeah, you did. It was a great outfit.
Yeah, it was good. It
and
was
a
good.
Rockford peach.
And I had a Rockford peach as
Yes,
my date.
there you go.
I thought it was the different one
I
because
don't know.
it was the
It
yellow
was-
and brown one.
You're probably right.
I think it's the one that
Peaches.
it's the one that
Racine. She was on Racine.
Because
That's it,
Racine's the one that they
Racine.
play in that final game, and
Oh, that's
Racine's
right.
where
Yeah,
kids
'cause
play
she
in
had-
the end of the game.
Yes.
She had an R on her hat.
Well, it could be also for
Rac-
Rockford.
Oh, yeah. You're
Like
right.
it.
You're right.
Nice.
But the short answer is I had a good time at the party.
Yes.
Because I don't know if it was Racine or Rockford. Her uniform was yellow, not pink. The Rockford
Yeah.
was pink.
Yes, Rockford's
she
pink.
was yellow.
Racine is yellow and brown.
It
So
was
that's
good.
Racine.
Yes.
Oh, that's Racine. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We it was great. They had some poker tables set up. They had
Nice.
a big screen TV, like a projection showing the game, a bunch of little TVs showing the game. It was a terrific party. And I was having such a good time that even when Shohei did his shoulder thing, I'm like, he'll be fine. Because I'm like, I feel great. He's got to feel great. It's the way that it's supposed to go.
That's really feeling good.
Yeah.
Everybody's feeling good.
So my situation on Saturday night is like I went to a party at my friend's, which was not very far from us. We took an Uber, got packed into an Uber. It was really funny because the Uber started roasting us, and it was pretty great, the Uber driver. But he was funny, so I was like, okay, 5 stars. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then eventually, one of my friends, they wanted to go to a different bar that was in the middle of the city, like in the Arts District, and I was like, and then the Sarahs were like, also, let's go home. And so
Yeah.
me and the Sarahs went home and had pizza, and then my friends went to the bar and then ended up at a rave until 5 a.m.
Nope.
So I made the
Hard
right
pass.
decision.
There you go.
I made the
Although,
right decision.
Apparently, if my options were rave till 5 a.m. or pool party at DeMarco's house, I'm not sure which I'm picking.
The pizza at home.
Pick the rave.
I think so.
We can't come back from that
No.
evening.
Like,
No.
so do you avoid eye contact with the neighbors from this point forward, or what happens?
We just act like nothing ever happened. We call it an INH party.
Okay.
INH, it never happened.
never happened.
Yeah.
It's like Vegas.
Yep. INH party. We've all been to one. We've all been to one before.
Did they bring in like trauma counselors the next day?
We may have to, because we all have to get together pretty soon for practice. So we're going to see each other again.
Yeah, hard to break down the PTA meeting after that.
Were you the first one to go? The first one, you're like, hey, I'm going in.
I'm going to say yes.
I was not the first.
Okay, cool.
But I was the co-signer.
Hey.
Maybe mental telepathy. You know, I'm willing this to happen, and it did. I went with it. Yes, absolutely. I'm so badly conflicted. Like, I really, really would like to have been there for that, but not participate in that. Like, was that an option, or was it everybody's in?
No, we're all in.
No, I would have walked home from PV to Laguna Niguel if those were my only options.
And a separate INH party, which you won't get into the super details of, it happened when I was in spring break in college, and my sister and I wanted to, because we were on spring break together, we were the Travis group, which would be like, we're going to be over here when everybody else was in the pool, but it was still interesting to see the how it all unfolded.
Yeah, I'd like to see it unfold, but I'd also be like, yeah, you can tell me about that tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. Right, right. I'll be out.
Let me know how that works out for you along the way.
And that's like a bye week for you, right? So that's why you got so crazy.
Man, see, like you, we had the weekend off, right?
Yeah.
See?
I took full advantage of it.
Absolutely. That's how it happened.
I just had the moment where with you, I'm like, wait, I went to Stillwater on Saturday? Like, I guess I did. There's pictures of it.
That's awesome.
There it is.
That is awesome.
There it is.
I was there. Yes, you were there.
I had a good time.
You don't remember?
I had a good time. It was great. Rams are a half game out of first place in the NFC West. That's the good news. The bad news is that everybody's in first place other than the Rams. And the 3-4-4 teams and the Rams at 3-4 are heading to Seattle. And San Francisco looked better last night against Dallas.
Okay, that was a great way to start.
Yeah.
Did San Fran look good, or did Dallas look that bad?
Yes.
Both are true.
I think both are true. I think San Francisco played one of their better games in a few weeks. They looked like they were a little bit healthier along the way.
Or they figured it out with the guys they had.
Or they figured it out with the guys they have. And Dallas, I think, is on their best day average. I don't think they're great.
Something has happened to Dak Prescott. He can't hit the broadside of a barn.
No.
Their defense fell apart.
They're
Give
missing
Shanahan
Parsons.
credit. He was in his bag, his play calling bag again, and I think that is the secret sauce to Brock Purdy.
Running?
No, just throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, short, quick passing, get it out to your playmakers, run the ball behind it. All this deep stuff trying to make him elite, forget that. Just go back to Niner ball.
It's like one of those things, and this is a coach, a teacher, a boss. Figure out what your guys do well and ask them to do that.
Yes.
Don't figure out what your guys don't do well and try your damnedest to not ask them to do that, right? This is the compliment that I heard about Bill Belichick all the way. He's going to find out what you don't want to do, and he's going to force you into doing it.
Yes.
And that's hard to do. Play left-handed or whatever it may be. I've looked Seattle. I have no idea if they're good or not. They got run over by Buffalo. Buffalo's a good team.
Buffalo's a good
Arizona
football team.
Probably should have lost to Miami, but they didn't. They won the game. They won a game on Monday night, flew across the country, won again, and Tua's come back.
Give them credit, yes.
And then the Rams, I think, shocked a lot of people by putting it on Minnesota, and not just won, but won.
Yes.
Like they weren't handed the game. They took care of their business in that game. I don't know who the best team in that division is. I guess if you said you got to bet something that matters to you on who's going to win it, I'd probably pick San Francisco because McCaffrey probably comes back at some point. But I wouldn't feel great about it.
San Fran, if they get McCaffrey back, I still think they're at the top of the division. You're going to have to knock them off the perch. But the loser of this week's game in Seattle between the Rams and Seattle gets knocked out of the race.
For good?
I just in this division race. When every division game matters.
If the Rams win, they'd be 2-1 in the division.
Yes.
Lose, you're 1-2.
And you've got issues down the stretch.
Yeah.
You still have to figure out your Arizona issues. San Francisco's going to come back at you. You got to go play there.
Yeah.
It's going to be different there. So
But the Rams also have, here's the good news, and I get these aren't division games. They get to go play the Jets, who are reeling.
Man.
They play the Patriots, who stink.
Yes.
They play the New Orleans Saints, who stink. There's one other game in there, too, that is a very winnable game in there. And I'm blank. Oh, Miami. Miami's coming to you on a Monday night.
They're banged up.
Miami doesn't look like a great team. So those are 4 games where at least you're like, all right, the Rams at least have a very good chance of winning those games.
Right.
That's 8. Now you got to find 1 or 2 more to get to 9 or 10.
And like you mentioned earlier, the NFC West, a lot of them still have the NFC North yet to play.
Not the Rams.
Yeah, exactly. The Rams are done with the NFC North, but and that's been a killer for all these NFC West teams. The one with the most is Seattle, where they have Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago left. So
all in a row in December as well.
Good.
And I think Seattle has a lot of their NFC West matchups left, too.
Beat them all up. I feel bad for the Jets and Jeff Olberg. I really do.
Why?
Yeah, because they're so discombobulated, and they're bad on defense. They actually got better on offense.
Yeah, they just don't look like a good team.
The dead cat bounce did not work for them.
Is this your line? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think you've said this to me. He's retired. He just doesn't know it
He doesn't
yet.
know it, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers looks like he's retired and just doesn't know it.
I would say so. I just feel bad for them because you're depending on a 40-year-old quarterback who's coming off an Achilles to save your season. And what are you? 6-2?
They're
2-6?
They're 2-6.
I think they're too far behind.
The Patriots are not. Now again, they've lost a couple of games because their kicker stinks. Zerline has been bad for them this year.
Yeah.
So they've been struggling there. But this was. They've scored fewer points this season with Aaron Rodgers than they did last season at the same point with Zach Wilson.
Insane. But Ulbrich has taken over. This is so funny. Now you're the head coach, and I think they burned all 3 of their first half timeouts in the first quarter. That's what I'm saying. It's bad, and your defense is bad, and he's calling. It's just. I
the
feel
vibes
bad.
are bad.
It's all bad.
The whole energy of that team is bad. Like just watching Aaron Rodgers looks like, is this almost over?
Yeah.
And again, when you're losing, everybody looks like they're having a bad time.
Yeah.
But he looks like it's. Are we done?
He
Can
really
we go
damaged his legacy. Don't you think?
It certainly hasn't helped.
Goodness gracious. I still think he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. He's won the MVP 3 times,
Do you
right?
think he goes first ballot now?
I don't know football, how that works,
Yeah.
but a 3-time MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback, yes.
You have to.
And was he the MVP of that Super Bowl, I would assume?
I would assume he probably was.
How do you think he'd be on TV?
He's too
Depends on
smart.
what channel.
He's too.
Right, it does. It really does depend on what channel.
What she said.
That's awesome.
What she said. That's exactly right.
And you know what? There are some teams that are just like
So
cursed.
good.
There are some teams that you're like, this team will never work out because they never get it right. And I thought I said that about the Washington teams. All the teams. I was like, this team for so long has been poorly run and will never get it right. They'll always have their guys get injured.
The Commanders.
But then, the Commanders across. But in my time of being alive, in the 28 years of Emily, the Washington teams have been bad. And that's not a small sample size. That's almost 30 years.
Yeah.
And those teams don't get it right. But they got rid of their problematic
Dan
owner.
Snyder gone.
I am so
And
happy
that's what
he does
changed.
not get to watch this kid play.
No. Well,
I am
look,
so happy you don't get to be a part of this.
if he were still around, and I don't think it happens like this.
He'd screw it up some way?
They'd find a way to make it not work. Look, when you have bad ownership, there really isn't. You might get lucky once in a while and have a great season or a great player, but you won't have any sustained success if you got bad ownership. It's just impossible to do.
That just makes me happy that you get no part of Jalen Daniels, and I'm happy for Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
He's a dude I really respect in this business, and some point will win a Super Bowl as a head coach.
Speaking of bad ownership, you guys want to hear the Bears call of Jaden Daniels' Hail Mary?
Oh, please, yes.
All right, here's the Bears call.
To the left, McLaren, and that's where Jaden Daniels is eyeballing. Jaden Daniels sifting back, being pressured. Jaden Daniels hemmed into the pocket, looking for blockers, looking for something. He's got plenty of time. Launches, deep pass into the area of the end zone. Tipped, and it's caught by Noah Brown. He was the tip man, and this place is now gone into bedlam mode. Washington with the miracle finish. The breakup pass into the waiting arms of Noah Brown. Nobody back there. Crushing loss. 18-15 Washington. Hail Mary, 2 seconds left. Or as they like to say here, Hail Washington.
And you see, I believe it was Keenan Allen on the sidelines just realizing he's like, people are giving him crap because he's smiling and it happens. But we know he was a Charger for so long, so he's just like, this is par for the course. Every team I'm on loses these games like this.
Wow.
Were you ever on a team that lost on a Hail Mary?
Not on a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Nothing like that, no. Been through a lot of Hail Marys to end games, and they got a little hairy.
They never work.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers seems to have a knack for him, and this was exactly what you would do. You want the ball tipped backwards, and the guy's kind of behind this little scrum of guys lands right in his
This
hands.
is a great example of how not to do it by Chicago.
But on the defensive side.
On the defensive side, rushing 3 against him, he bought 12 seconds.
Oh, my gosh.
You just completely just evaporated your advantage at all. And then you had a guy not paying attention during the snap.
Literally his back to the play talking to the fans.
You're all fired. That would be Monday meeting. You're all fired.
I would not have a problem with that,
Yes.
quite frankly. All right, let's talk about Walker Buehler. Let's talk about what needs to go right for the Dodgers Game 3 at Yankee Stadium. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Hey, it's Travis with Prize Picks. Did you know that you can win up to 100 times your money with Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks? That's right. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. And Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. So why not join 10 million users and sign up today? Prize Picks puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. So when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. This week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at football. Patrick Mahomes, more than 267.5 passing yards, and Saquon Barkley for more than 67.5 rushing yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Come out for a day of golf and fun and help support the men and women who fight for our freedom. On Monday, November 11th, the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry will play host to the 2024 Land of the Free Foundation Veterans Day Golf Classic. All proceeds from the tournament will go directly to charities who support the men and women of our armed forces. For more information on the tournament, please visit the website landofthefreefoundation.org or give them a call at 562-833-4361.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Hey, it's Sedano. LA is the home of champions, so celebrate like a champion with Tequila Mandala. Award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila. Our friends at Tequila Mandala turning tequila fans into Tequila Mandala fanatics. Made from the finest mature agaves to bring you the perfect sipping tequila, from their blanco to their flawless year extra añejo. Up your game with Tequila Mandala and experience the best award-winning premium tequila. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit tequilamandala.com for more details.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment, with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could beat lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text POWER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text POWER to 42424. That's POWER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So what'd you make of Ice Cube beginning of game 2?
I thought it was cool.
Thought it was amazing.
Okay, 2 things. I thought it was amazing. It was awesome. Couldn't have picked a better person for it.
Agreed.
And I thought it was a makeup for the Super Bowl when he wasn't there.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
When Dre, Snoop,
but the Super
Eminem,
Bowl, I know
50 Cent,
I know a lot of those artists at the Super Bowl are LA people.
Yeah.
Like I get that.
Yeah.
But
some weren't.
Some weren't.
Yeah.
And so the Super Bowl is for everybody.
Right.
The Super Bowl is for everybody that's watching in all the cities and all the places. So I need to put on a show regardless of local locality, right?
Yeah.
The World Series it's played in a home ballpark. It's not played at a neutral site. It's played in your backyard, and Ice Cube doing what he did was awesome.
Unquestionably West Coast LA to the bone. Yeah, it made a whole lot of sense. And he switched up the words.
Yeah, he switched up the words instead of the triple double. You know, it was
outside of I love LA. Today was a good day.
Yeah.
When you hear the beat, that is West Coast all the way.
Heck yeah. And California Love.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Those are all unbelievable moments, but the performance, the way he was dressed, the way that he owned it, the way that every Dodger fan in that building, the Yankees, like Verdugo's head was going up and down. He was feeling it.
How can you not? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they LA'd the blank out of that. Like it was just so LA, and it landed so well.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what the Yankees are going to do tonight.
Expect a good response. I did all the text messages lit up. They said Billy Joel will never do it.
Okay.
Billy Joel will never do it. That's number one. So I'm expecting.
I don't know enough about Billy
Jay-Z.
Joel. Why is Billy Joel?
I think it was something about at night or something. I don't
does
know.
he not come out at night?
I have no idea. But they
I think
said
he does do concerts at night. But
he would never do it. And
Jay-Z seems the most logical.
Wouldn't that be the next chess move?
I would
be
think.
Jay-Z and bring out Beyonce too.
Yeah.
Springsteen.
That's
Jersey.
That's Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know it's right there.
It's
but,
right there.
But Springsteen is Jersey.
Jay-Z.
Sure.
Right?
Jay-Z.
But
yeah.
maybe.
But a lot of people that are also Yankee fans are also Jersey people.
This is
but
true.
Yeah.
The boss coming out, that would be mic drop. Yeah.
It's good. Whatever they got, they're going to bring it. And not just from an entertainment perspective, but the Yankees need to...
I might not do anything in response and just play better.
Just play, yeah. Well, they need to clean it up. They've been a little sloppy defensively. They haven't run the bases. For the life of me, I still don't know why Anthony Rizzo stopped between first and second base on that. Remember the diving play, Edmund? And he's kind of fumbling it. The only thing I come up with, maybe he thought he'd caught the ball in the air and he wasn't quite sure if he was going to get doubled up or not, because they still got an out at second base. I know a run came in, but they were able to prevent the inning from kind of exploding at that point. That was some weird base running. We talked about Soto in the corner. We talked about Torres' misplay at second base where he didn't body that baseball up. The Dodgers have just been much cleaner than the Yankees through the first two games.
Doesn't that point to the manager a little bit? Not having your guys prepared. Same point I was trying to make about Chicago and that guy at the end.
Yeah.
That is coaching. That has to go back to you.
I know I'm a broken record on this. I'm going to give the players the blame, and I'm going to give the players the credit.
Okay.
I think the play, that was a bad play by Gleyber Torres.
Yeah.
It was a bad play by Juan Soto. It was a bad angle.
But you should have a plan in place. Like, this is what we do. This is how we do it. So...
but get in front of the baseball.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. That this is a lot like the Hail Mary thing. Like, do I need to tell you to get in front of the ball? We're not in seventh grade.
I mean, every time you walk out of a locker room in the NFL, there is a thing on the side that shows you how to put on a uniform.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs to be told how to put on a uniform on the way out? But it's still there. And on the back of every helmet, it says this is made not to butt or ram or spear.
Yeah.
Now, everybody knows that. But you still have to put the warning on there.
I'm really curious what sort of performance Buehler is going to put out there, because if he gives them somewhere between good and better than that, they're off and running. If he has a night that is somewhere between good, and by the way, good could be 5 innings and a couple of runs.
Yes.
That would be pretty good.
Leave with the lead
or tied.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
If the game goes to the bullpens, even when the Dodgers in Game 1 kind of back and forth, the Yankees took the lead in the 10th inning. It didn't feel like, okay, they got no chance. Like, the Dodgers are going to score runs. The Dodgers are going to make good swings. They're going to grind at bats that even if they're chasing a run or two in the later innings, it still feels like they're very much in it. If they play with the lead, they can kind of choke you out along the way. They just grind you down.
Play Dave Roberts for me. Say Buehler goes 5 and he leaves with a 1-run lead.
Okay.
Who's your
Kopech?
Kopech is out of the bullpen.
We're just trying to shut it down.
Okay,
now.
lock it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kopech or maybe Gratterall, maybe Vezia if you've got some lefties that are coming up in the order that if Soto's coming up at some point in the next 3 or 4 hitters,
match.
It's probably going to have to be Vezia because you want Vezia on Soto.
What about down 1?
I think it's
down 1
maybe
in the 5th.
Brazier, maybe.
Okay.
By the way, he's pitched some big high-level innings, but I think you do that in the events. Now, okay, now it's 2 and it's 3. Now, all right, Kopech, you're done for the day. Trinan, you're done for the day. I think those are the decisions you got to make. I
so
think
if you're
that's
ahead, then you can go ahead and tax your bullpen on.
If you're ahead, you're trying to slam the door.
Go for the win.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're ahead, you just choke it out at that point.
Figure out Game 4.
Game 4 is going to be a figure it out no matter what.
No matter what game.
So, look, and if you go up 3-0, then Game 4 could be one of those, if it kind of goes a certain way, it's the third or fourth inning and you're behind 5-1. All right, Landon Knack, you're going to pitch 4 innings.
Enjoy yourself.
You can give up 10 runs or none. That's up to you.
Yeah.
But we're going to go out there and do it. But tonight's the one that if it's, I think if it's a run either way, you play it all out.
Tell me that's not the greatest job in sports, or at least in baseball.
What's that?
The long reliever. Nobody cares what I give up.
You're only in the game when the game has already been decided, for better or for worse, right?
I'd unleash a screwball, a knuckleball. I'd be throwing junk for fun.
I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm just going to put you on the spot. Ready?
Yeah.
Freddie or Kirk Gibson?
The home run?
Yeah.
For what you said, I have to go with Kirk Gibson. His only at-bat, Eckersley, was basically unhittable.
Here's Eckersley, Hall of Fame closer.
But dang, if Freddie didn't tattoo that one.
I go back and forth. I think it's Gibson by a nose, but it's not by much more than that.
He beat the Yankees with it.
He beat the Yankees.
Yes.
And it was a grand slam. That's a whole nother level, too. Like, as great as Gibson's was, and it wasn't a grand slam. Now, Nestor Cortez isn't 100 miles within of Dennis Eckersley. But the Yankees and the Oakland A's, I know the A's were a heavier favorite. That's the Yankees. Even if that's not the greatest Yankee team ever to put on spikes, it's the Yankees.
Oh, that Freddie Freeman got us again.
Freddie Freeman's son had been ill for
Was that a New York accent?
I was trying. That was my New York cab driver.
Hey, I'm walking in. Freddie Freeman got us again. What are we doing here? Get him out of here. Get Giancarlo Stanton out of here.
No good?
Gibby
by a hair. Okay.
What do you think,
fair.
Em? You didn't get to experience Gibby in real time. But in the lore of it all.
I think that... So, I don't know. So, was Gibson a Dodger for his entire career?
No. He was a Tiger before he was a Dodger.
The best part of him was a Tiger.
I think it's Freddie because his base is loaded. It's 2 out. It's the Yankees.
World
it's
Series.
Everything against you. Well, they're both in the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I would go Freeman. But, again, recency bias. I only saw this one live.
Here's another thing in Gibson's favor. Just by a hair.
He was limping.
He could barely walk.
Right.
And it wasn't just that he got a hit. Like, when Freddie came up last night, I think a lot of people he's going to get a hit.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a doubt whether or not he was going to get a hit. It was he hit a grand slam. Gibson was, he's going to strike out on 3 pitches. He couldn't walk.
You felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
Was someone walked in front of Gibson?
Yes.
Okay.
Mike Davis, who was batting like 091 that year, and Eckersley, who never walked anybody, walked him. Not on purpose, though, not intentionally.
Didn't Gibson battle it out by foul ball? So just by that much, I say Gibson because
Freddie's swing was better.
Yeah.
I think one pitch, boom, gone is also.
There was the buildup of the foul balls, the 3-2 count, blah 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 blah, and then or it's
Gibby
just
by a nose.
All right, here we go, gone.
The drama was
over.
Or is it like if you're a Yankee, you're like it's because our manager put the wrong guy, Cortez, at the end.
So I'm
going to play this every time I win an argument with my wife. Every time I win, I'm going to play this in the background.
Freddie Freeman, with the bases loaded against a left-handed reliever, lifetime is hitting something like 600 with 4 grand slams. It was one of those, you sure you want to, and then pop.
Boom.
There it goes.
And this was the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history, right?
I believe that's right.
So that's also, it's a record, like never been done before in like
and it beat the Yankees.
A centuries-old sport.
The fact that they're so close, I think, speaks to all of it, right? Like,
there's nothing wrong with saying Freddie Freeman's is the bigger one.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, especially if you're like Emily's age. Yeah,
it is a perfectly reasonable place to land.
Yeah.
But I think it's Gibson by this
I'm
much.
with you.
Just by this much because it was Eckersley. And again, that Dodger, the 1988 Dodger team, and my pal Oral might either it might be both. He might agree with me and be like, yeah, all right. That's one of the worst teams ever to win the World Series. They only won like 87 games that year.
That Dodger
team.
Oh,
that Dodger team was supposed to lose to the Mets in the
Yeah.
NLCS. They won it in 7 games. That A's team was one of the great teams of its era.
I remember.
They were supposed to stomp the Dodgers.
So they were a Cinderella story.
And the Dodgers won it in 5 games. They just came out there and that was it. Just like bang, they just knocked it out of the park. This Dodger team is not a Cinderella team.
They're a Death Star.
They are. And they spent $700 million on one player who 50-50'd it in his first year. Like, the circumstances are different, but they're both amazing.
All of what Freddie went through this year with his son,
100%.
with missing time, with all this stuff happening at the end of the season, like, I mean, it's beautiful stories.
See if we can do it. When Emily said it on Friday, like, well, can you top Gibson? And we're like, yeah, right. And here we are having the conversation that it may have topped Gibson. Let's see what you can do. Do it in Yankee Stadium to win the whole thing.
And I got my friend Sarah on the plane back.
Yeah,
that might top it. If
Otani
you do it,
into the upper deck.
If you do it there as a walk-off in New York,
you can't walk it off there because they get to hit again.
Oh,
but
still, sort of. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Right. By the way, imagine that. The air coming out of the balloon. Let's say you have a 3-run lead. Walk-off grand slam, or not a walk-off, a go-ahead grand slam. Get then at that point, you got to bring in Otani to strike out Judge and Soto.
Another note for Freddie in Freddie's favor, they were behind. Like, it was not a tie game at that point in time.
Neither was the Dodger game.
Yeah.
Right, true.
Yeah, or the Gibson one. Like, the parallels are extraordinary. They're the ball
down
landed
to the
in the
time.
same.
Yeah.
They're both behind, hit at the same time, both injured, both left-hand, like both called by the Dodger announcer on national TV.
That's
And
awesome.
also give credit to Joe Davis for like the presence of mind to be like, she's gone.
That was Scully's signature. She is gone.
Wow.
And Davis is a pro.
Freddie, Gibby, beat Freddie.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. You know where you can find the World Series, but how many times have you been thinking about, hey, when's that game on? What channel is that game on? Is that on a streamer? I don't know where to find it. Now you don't need to worry about it, right? So many channels, so many streaming services. There's no more searching and hunting, I should say. Where to Watch has you covered. Where to Watch is a new feature that you can find on ESPN.com and, of course, the ESPN app. It is free. Where to Watch is one-stop shopping, one-click access to ESPN network streams and all other networks. There's a little icon in the upper right-hand corner when you go to ESPN.com or you go on the ESPN app. You click it, and every game that you're looking for in any sport that you're looking for, NFL, college football, men's and women's basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, everything, Where to Watch is going to tell you where to go do that. It's available now on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. You can access it from any browser. Where to Watch today. That's ESPN.com/Where to Watch.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
When I'm listening to the radio and I'm punching around the dial, I tend to land on the station that has the most energy. That's usually us.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com. And remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
No Bus Blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar & Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino, elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, football fans, what's better than cheering on your team with an ice-cold glass of Stella Rosa in hand? How about scoring the ultimate experience at the biggest college football game of the season with an ice-cold Stella Rosa in hand? That's right, Stella Rosa is giving you the chance to win 2 tickets, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. So what are you waiting for? Head to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter. Courtesy of Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week.
'Cause you're hot and you're cold.
Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot, Who's Cold. Take it away, Producer M.
I need
Aloha.
Buenos dias.
What up?
I didn't feel comfortable earlier. Now I do.
Are we back, or are you still doing everything old school?
No, everything's still old school. Carts and the reel-to-reel machine is going here.
Reel-to-reel.
Yeah, I'm cutting with the tape. You know, everything's manual.
Oh, yeah. I am.
I am also going to need everybody to stop posting that video of Otani when he was a kid in Japan and his very flexible shoulders where he's going like this. No, thank you.
He must have been a swimmer. That's
He's
a
kind
swimmer
of built
thing.
like long arms, wide shoulders.
Yeah, I used to have really flexible shoulders as well. That all went away.
Did you guys see the videos of him from high school that they played a lot over the weekend playing baseball?
I seen the ones of him in the snow.
Yeah, so they had some footage of the Japanese high school tournament, which is a huge deal in Japan.
Yeah.
This dude, it's like, seriously? At 15, you were like this?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Phenom.
Yeah.
He's been the one since then.
Oh, my God.
So it's hot. Is Timothée Chalamet. Do we all know who he is?
Yes, the actor.
If you don't know who he is, he's an actor. He was in Call Me By Your Name. He's been in Dune. He's been in Little Women. He's
Keep
been
going.
in
I haven't seen any of these.
A Beautiful Boy. He's been
I
in,
did see that. Okay.
Wonka.
Wonka,
Very
yes.
sad.
Beautiful boy is brutal.
Very sad.
Oh, my God.
Very talented actor, but he's also got a distinct look. He's got the sharp jaw, he's got floppy hair, and he's well known. He's also a New York guy. He's always been in New York. That's kind of his bread and butter, is like he's the New York celebrity. Okay, so over the weekend, a creator posted a bunch of signs all around New York City being like, we're having a Timothée Chalamet competition, a lookalike competition. The winner gets $50. And a huge amount of people showed up to see the Timothée Chalamet competition. They had a couple different guys. Some were in costume, some just looked like Timothée Chalamet. And guess who came through the crowd? Timothée Chalamet himself. He also looked the least like Timothée Chalamet because he's filming a different movie, and so his hair doesn't look the same way.
Isn't he Bob Dylan right now?
He's Bob Dylan, yeah. So he's already filmed that. That's coming out later this year.
Okay.
Incredibly talented guy. But my question to you guys is, 1, would you attend a lookalike competition? 2, would you win a lookalike competition for someone?
Wow. Would I? Well, obviously not.
Kirk?
They'll keep calling me Kirk. Yeah, obviously not. But would I show up for a me lookalike contest?
Sure, yeah. A DeMarco Farr lookalike contest.
I don't want to see your interpretation of me. It can never come out right.
I go the
you're in that one movie with a different
6'5" and dreads.
That's not bad. 6'5" dreads. Yeah, light skin.
I would love to have a Travis lookalike competition. I'd want to judge it. I would want to be there for all of it. But the problem is, I don't look like anybody, and I look like everybody. Like it is the most anonymous, benign, not handsome, not ugly, just like right down the middle of the road, nothing going on.
It feels to me like when I don't want to sit to be caricatured because I don't want to have to face the reality of what I look like to other people. So I probably would not attend. Jorge, what do you think?
Yeah, I would attend one.
You would? The Jorge Lookalike contest.
Yeah, okay, so when I used to work at Denny's, a lot of people would be like, hey, how's your tia doing? Or how's your cousin doing? And I was like, what tia exactly are you talking about? Oh, your tia Lourdes. And I was like, yeah, you're confusing me with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I used to get that a lot. So, yeah, sure.
You look like everybody, too.
I guess, you know. So
Wow.
All right, so what's cold is Myles Garrett. So Myles Garrett loves Halloween. For years, he's gone all out with his costume. He's gone all out with his decorations at his home. He did that one thing where he put the gravestones of every quarterback he's sacked in his front yard, in the dates.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I like that.
It's
Before
great.
I really like that.
Yesterday's game, he went to the stadium in full Terminator gear, so
I
he
didn't like
sat
that.
down he sat down beforehand to have a professional makeup artist do all of his makeup and to look like a Terminator. And his team is 1-6. And
more.
My statement to you, DeMarco, or like my question to you is that a cool thing to do? Is it a cool thing that Myles Garrett did that? Even if his team is 1-6 at that point in time?
No. I told you, I didn't like the Rams doing it with the video and Puka and Kobe Turner doing all these videos.
Yeah.
The candy thing.
If you're losing, you should be sulking in a corner.
Yes, you should just respect what you're doing or not doing and not make an example of yourself. But I did not like the Myles Garrett Terminator thing, right?
Why?
Because you open the door. Somebody's going to be like Black Panther next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's because he wasn't a Terminator in general. He was Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Terminator.
he was in whiteface.
He was in
is your
whiteface.
impression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you've just opened the door for every other idiot out there.
Well, I get it. I understand what you're saying. It's a pretty good costume.
It was.
He
How
looked
much
a
did
lot
you
like,
spend on it?
Oh my! Well, clearly that was a very high-level
Yeah.
professional makeup
And he
artist.
sat in that
wig.
chair, got 2 hours of makeup done.
And they won. Like, had he done 2 hours of makeup and you go out there and you lose, it's like, yeah, really, dude? But they won the game.
Yes.
Jameis kind of, showed up and did his work.
Only he could get away with that.
Yeah.
Only special players can get away with that.
He looked like Arnold
He did.
Schwarzenegger. And he moved like him,
He
too. It was
did.
terrific.
He sure
Another thing. Do you think it's cool for people to go all out for costumes, or do you think it's kind of lame?
I like it. I do. I like LeBron goes all out. I like
Does
that.
he?
Yeah, he goes all out. I love that.
I like, for instance, as great as Myles Garrett looked, you could tell that was just because Myles Garrett has a ton of money and he hired the best people to make himself look perfect, right? Great. That's just a matter of resources. What I do like is super creative that's not expensive. Like if you can come up with something that's funny or clever.
I love a little niche.
Yeah,
it's fun.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sedano did McAfee last year.
Perfect.
He had the
Sedano's
hair, had the
McAfee
beard.
was
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
The one that Andy showed you this morning, it's a girl and a guy dressing up as Manu Ginobili in the Bat.
Great.
That's funny.
Great.
Or like the
wow.
Randy Johnson in the Bird.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
I think the last one I went all out on was The Matrix. I was Morpheus.
Oh, okay.
And Kevin Carter was Neo. And we spent $5,000 on these costumes.
Really?
No kidding.
To show up to the park and play.
Well, to be Neo, you just need like a black T-shirt and a
no,
leather
he
jacket.
went
right?
all out with the long trench coat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went all out. Yeah. I was Morpheus, and I was like 4 inches shorter
Did
than
you
him.
have the blue pill and the red pill?
I did. How did you know?
Well,
See, there you
I've
go.
seen
And the
movie.
cool sunglasses. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you choose the red pill or the blue pill?
See, that's we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, but you didn't have the phone, right? The one that just snaps.
No, I
Yeah.
wanted that phone so bad. Didn't you want that phone too?
I wanted
Come
it too, yeah,
on,
of
that was
course.
cool.
Who's hot? Who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official AC Heat and Plumbing Company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or nextgenaronplumbing.com online. A little super crosstalk, a little dump coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah, and with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
Sedano and Cap.
Back Monday at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Someday you'll be calling up George and be like, hey, remember me?
Right.
It's Cappy.
Yeah.
The Raiders finally won.
You remember back in 2024 when we made that bet?
Wait, what did you turn into Count Dracula?
No, I turned into an old Jewish guy sitting at home. You know what I mean?
It was the day before I dressed up as Elton John.
You remember that day that I was supposed to dress up like Elton John? You hear Dracula? Really?
Yes, he's very Dracula.
It was 1,000%
No,
Dracula.
it's actually not even Dracula. It's actually worse.
No,
it's Count Chocula.
No, it's Dracula. No, it's Dracula.
It's the Count from like Sesame Street.
No!
1, 2, 3 Super Bowls for the Raiders.
That's really what it is.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump. It's time for everything
Throw that statue in there, in the dump.
Let's talk about this. Yesterday, SoFi Stadium. Justin Herbert was tackled to the ground and, well, actually wasn't tackled to the ground. He was like kind of corralled around his legs.
Like
he
below his knee.
Below
He was
his
being
knee.
pressured.
He was
Yeah.
being pressured.
Yes.
He had gotten rid of the ball.
Correct. It's not a
Comfortably so.
knockdown. He was being pressured. If you touch the quarterback, it's a pressure.
And then the New Orleans defender kind of twisted and rolled on his ankles and knees. And
Because Herbert has had injuries on his ankles.
Yes.
Well, that's not why.
It was, why was it? Just
Why
'cause you
did he
can?
do that?
Yeah, just because he could.
Because the whistle hadn't blown, and he
Yeah.
had no idea if he had the ball or not.
Okay.
I'm being serious. So you get to the quarterback. It's hard to get there, right? So you got him by the leg. You can't see the ball. They didn't blow the whistle, so you still think he has it.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Because the guy for the Chargers, the center for the Chargers, was not having any of it. He tried to break the guy's neck.
As he should. All he saw was a guy trying to break his quarterback's leg.
Yeah.
But as the guy on the ground, been there before, you have no idea if he threw it or not. Because if the ball was out, they would, or if the ball was in his hand, they'd be blowing the whistle to stop the play.
Yeah.
But you have no idea what's happening. All you're trying to do is get him on the ground.
The center at Bozeman is his last name.
Yes.
That guy did the right thing. Yes, like you have to defend Justin Herbert.
All he saw was you're trying to hurt my guy. The other guy, I'm just trying to do my job. That's why there's no hard feelings. It is what it is. And you should get blown up for doing that.
It seems like there's hard feelings on Bozeman's side. He said it was probably one of the dirtier plays I've ever seen. You protect your quarterback no matter what. And I think any of our offensive linemen in my position would have done the same thing.
Any offensive lineman is going to say that.
But he said it's the dirtiest play he's ever seen.
That's the job of that's his perspective. From the other guy's perspective, I'm just trying to get the quarterback on the ground. I'm trying to play to the whistle, and the whistle hadn't blown yet.
That makes sense. It did. Again, we're watching it on TV, so you see the ball come out. You're like, all right, dude, the play's over. He might not know that the play's not over yet.
How do you know if you're on the ground and the whistle hasn't blown?
USC would have to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $90 million to move on from Lincoln Riley. That would be the biggest buyout in college football history. I believe the current record holder is Jimbo Fisher from A&M, where they paid him a king's ransom to go away.
Did you say $90 million?
9-0.
$90 million. You can't fire him.
No.
You can't eat that much money.
No, I don't think so either. And they beat
Rutgers.
They beat Rutgers, but that's literally one of those, yeah, cool, we don't care what's coming up next. I got Washington this weekend.
Yeah.
You can't fire him with $90 million. They're not going to do it. They could lose every game the rest of the season. They're not going to fire him. He's coming back next year for this is for different reasons, obviously, but this is Deshaun Watson territory. I can't pay him not to play. He's playing. As bad as he is, he's going out
there.
Well,
heads must roll, so who do you fire?
Who do you fire?
I'm asking you. I mean, heads must roll. Who do you blame this on?
You just brought in the defense. Was it Danton Lynn?
That would be the guy that goes?
No, he just got there, and you paid him a whole bunch of money to come in and do it. I don't know if you're going how far down the staff you're going to turn guys. Riley is the offensive guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to fire himself, right?
Do you keep adding people behind him as kind of like, hey, here's your successor?
That's what I would do if I can't fire him. I would definitely hire his successor and put him on your staff.
Okay, but...
Yeah, a guy that you don't want. I'm going to hire him and put him on your staff.
But
why? I don't care.
Why would that guy? Because look, if I'm the heir apparent, okay, why do I want to sit around and wait when there's going to be other jobs that are coming?
That means I don't trust you. I'm putting a spy on your staff.
Yeah.
So everything you say is going to come back.
Yeah, but
to me.
why would I want to be that guy? Why? Like, I'm trying to think.
Oh, the other guy?
Yeah.
Oh, the spy?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like you said with Dave Roberts. Who would turn down that job?
I'm not the head coach. I'm here. I'm in here to be a rat.
No, you're gonna have a function. You're gonna be a part of whatever. You're gonna run the offense. You're gonna be on the offensive line. You're gonna do something. But you're definitely my plant now.
That's what I mean. And a guy like, for instance, SC, I would imagine when they move on from Lincoln Riley, and I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. They're not going to go to some assistant here or there. They're going to go big game hunting again.
Oh, no doubt. But if we do, I was going to say, if you do fire the guy, you can be my interim.
Yeah.
And if you've never been a head coach before, this is your opportunity.
He's
because
not going
you can't
anywhere.
Fire the guy. That's what I'm saying.
Is the game? Is it in? It's in Seattle, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so too. And look, this SC fans, I'm glad that you beat Rutgers.
That's right. Oh my God.
What's that?
I'll be up in Seattle.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, you double dip.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I told myself I wasn't drinking anymore.
How long does that typically last?
Well, it's over now.
And do you get the warm welcome at Washington? And they roll out the red carpet for DeMarco Farr?
All my guys are there. They're there. And yes.
I've seen the little plaque on the side of the stadium, too.
You see, we're there.
Yeah,
we're there. Oh, goodness
gracious. Do you have any
gracious.
friends on the coaching staff?
From the Seahawks?
No. I'm from Washington.
Oh, no, not the Fighting Fishes. No.
Okay.
No, I know Jed. I know him.
Yeah, he probably has
when
access to some tickets.
Good dude. Of course, we can get there. We'll be on the sideline, but I won't remember a single thing.
Happy birthday to Bill Gates, who turns 69 years old today, and happy birthday to Julia Roberts, who turns 57.
Is she the ultimate rom-com actress? Like
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, yes.
Ooh.
But Meg Ryan doesn't have as many as Julia Roberts, I don't think.
At one point, she did. At one point, she was the it girl.
Julia Roberts, I think, has a wider filmography than just rom-coms. So I will I think of her in a different category, whereas Meg Ryan is the rom-com actor.
Yeah. Sleepless in Seattle.
Yep.
What was the other
You've Got
one?
Mail.
You've Got Mail. That's the other
Harry
one.
Met Sally.
Yes.
Yeah, there's probably one or two. Top Gun.
What movie ended her rom-com? She did some...
I don't know.
I thought she did like a sexy movie, and it turned everybody off.
I do not know.
No, it was the movie. It was Body of Evidence with Russell Crowe, and they had the affair behind the scenes.
Oh,
yeah, and it became big news. Overshadowed the movie.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it does.
Was Julia Roberts ever like one of the big that's like the hottest woman in Hollywood? Like to you guys,
this is
like looks wise.
Not for me. Not for me. She's beautiful, but she's not on my.
No,
I've got my things that I like, and no.
She's no Penny Benjamin?
She's no Penny Benjamin.
Knocking on the Door is one of the best actresses of the era.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, no, she's great, and she's gorgeous, but she's just, that's subjective. And
has she ever won?
Team Jennifer Connelly.
Erin Brockovich.
She won for Erin Brockovich. That's right.
I believe, yeah.
Yes. Good
she
movie.
was in the Oceans movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic in that movie.
Yeah. She's great. She's great.
Walking down the stairs.
I don't know what this means. And what does this mean? The professor was singing emo songs.
So it's attached to a video, so I don't have it on the dump rundown. So what was happening in this class is that he's teaching to a large lecture class. There's probably 100 kids in this class. But this kid is probably second or third row, and you can see that he's nodding off. That we all do that. And the professor goes over, and right in this kid's face goes, "Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you." Like singing emo songs like really close to his face until he wakes up. And apparently this is a series. Like anytime anyone falls asleep in this professor's class, he will sing an emo song loudly in their ear until they wake up to embarrass them. So is there anything that you guys always do when you're nodding off? Like, is there a way to get you out of that like sleepy mode?
No. If I'm sleepy, it's over.
I don't fall.
Yeah,
I have
can't
to
be stopped.
Put myself to sleep.
Yes.
I don't.
Even
fall
as a
asleep.
young man?
Yep.
Can't be stopped.
Yep.
Nope.
I used to always nod off when I was in class occasionally. Like, it would have to be, like, I had to, like, snap my fingers or, like, tap my leg or something.
Would you fall asleep in class?
I did once. I had this happen.
Yeah.
He didn't sing. It was Professor Chernikov had a photographic memory. To this day, he's still alive. Could tell you exactly what your scores are. And this is back, like, in the 90s.
No kidding.
Exactly, like, to the number. So it was called Rocks for Jocks Geology 200. All football players, basketball players, everybody.
I took that class.
That was astronomy for us.
Yeah. So we'd fall asleep, or I did, and he'd have the entire class. This is like 400 people in this big auditorium.
Yeah.
Would move to one side, and it'd be you and him in the middle. And as soon as you'd wake up, he said, "Welcome back."
Yeah. Oh, so it would get dead silent until you woke up?
Dead silent, yes. Just freak you out every time.
What if it's the whole class? That they never wake up?
If we go home, you have a nice night's sleep there. You know what we should do right now, Jorge?
Yeah.
A little super crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Do I look like Kirk Morrison? Do I look like Kirk Morrison?
Not really.
Okay.
Did someone else call you Kirk Morrison?
Dr. Clapper.
Dr. Clapper.
Oh, no.
So I called him Neil Elitrage.
Right.
He probably liked that.
He did.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. So the four of us were sitting in here on Friday.
Yes.
And we were talking about if Kirk Gibson's moment was the greatest moment in LA sports, which it was voted by people not that long ago. Do we have a new leader?
It's close.
It's very close.
Well, first of all, let's back up a little bit. Trav, did your plan work as you
John?
tried to execute it?
Never has a plan come together more perfectly than my plan came together on Friday night. I did not miss a step. I had the sushi roll. I went on my walk. I got my first martini. I got my second martini. We split the bottle of wine. We got home in like the fifth inning. We and another bottle of wine. I took an edible. We finished the game.
My God, do you remember it? Crossfade.
Everything. It was perfect, and the plan was executed 10 out of 10.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Fantastic.
It was great.
DeMarco,
And Mace, please tell me you did not leave early.
Oh yeah, there's video everywhere. I
You
was
left
there.
early?
No. There's video everywhere. I was there till the very end of the thing. It was unbelievable. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There's a rule. I said this actually on Friday. If you're going to a World Series game, even if it seems out of hand, stay, because if you miss something great, you will regret it for the rest of your life.
Okay, so how come that standard doesn't apply to the NBA for you?
Well, it does to a playoff game. This is a World Series game. If it was the NBA Finals, that would be a totally different situation, right?
No, if the NBA Finals, if the Lakers were down 20 going to the fourth, you would leave, right?
No, I wouldn't.
No,
not an NBA
not in a Finals game.
Trav, you would. This is a Mason thing. Mason leaves at halftime of all Lakers games.
Correct, but not apply. But I've been there for playoff games. I'm always there to the end of playoff games. There's a difference between a World Series game, which comes around once in a while, and an NBA Finals game, which comes around once in a while. You don't leave those early.
I hope not.
No.
But I was just so happy for you guys. That
It was cool. By the way, Laura was there.
Yeah.
Bergman
Greg was
there.
there, yeah.
Gene was there. I think Laura's Boo was there.
Yeah.
Manny was he?
Was Manny Pavetta here?
Manny was there.
Yeah, we had a bunch of guys there. Matt Burke was there.
Yeah.
Wait, John, why are you happy for them?
Because they've invested so much in this season, DeMarco, that it is like, especially for Bergman, I don't know how he got in. I assume somebody hooked him up, but even if they didn't, to be there for that moment, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. I mean, those guys on our show, Bergman and Mason are the real baseball fans. They are invested in every Dodger game from the start of the season to the very end. And the fact that they both got to be there for that
it was amazing.
Is a top 10 sports fan moment for each of them. I know them well enough that's maybe top 5.
It's the greatest baseball moment I've ever witnessed.
It's Kirk Gibson for a whole nother generation.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
And I don't know, we're all old enough to remember Kirk Gibson in 1988, getting to seen it in real time as it unfolded. And I keep going back and forth, and I keep coming to this, like, which one is maybe a nose ahead of the other one?
Yeah.
Which is more impressive to you? Is Dennis Eckersley, the greatest closer of his generation,
untouchable,
more impressive than doing it against the New York Yankees? And that's kind of, and it's a grand slam.
Trav, the answer to your question is it remains to be seen. They have to win it.
Right.
If they don't win it, it's just a wasted moment.
other thing
it's
about
Derek Fisher 0.4. It didn't lead to anything.
The other thing about the Gibson home run is that's the only at-bat he had in the entire series, and he was definitely more beat up.
He was
than
more
Freddie
beat
is.
up, but what Freddie went through with his family this year.
Oh, that's true. Completely
that's
true.
a whole nother thing that he had to go through. And I agree with you, Mace. I mentioned this to DeMarco, that because it was Gibson's only at-bat, it adds a whole nother layer of mythology to the whole thing.
Right.
But Freddie shows up the next night and hits another one. That's a whole nother thing to it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And, it's interesting. They're winning despite the fact, and Shohei apparently is going to and is going to play tonight. And I heard Dr. Clapper talk to you and Kirk earlier this morning.
Thanks, John.
And there's no question that Shohei has not had a good series to this point, but I expect him to break out.
Hadn't had a horrible series, though.
Well, he was
been terrible.
He was in on some important plays. Like the double off the wall was a very important play.
He just hadn't been a monster yet.
That he advanced to third base on that misplay by Torres was a very important play. That he is as fast as he is, allowed him to score easily. I think most guys probably score on that sac fly, but his speed made it a no-brainer.
It was a pretty good throw.
It was it was
in the ballpark.
It's closer than I would have thought with somebody like Otani's speed.
I just hope this shoulder doesn't prevent him from being a monster for the rest of this series.
Look, we're going to assign the value to it. If he comes in tonight and hits a home run, he's like, oh, he's fine. If he struggles, it's, I wonder how much the shoulder's bothering.
Speaking of struggling, Aaron Judge has been just terrible in this series. He's 1 for 9, I think, with 6 strikeouts.
1 for the world.
Guys, not just this series. He's Barry Bonds. It's the entire playoff run of his career. He can't hit in the playoffs.
So let me ask you this, because you're right. When he comes up to bat, are you not holding your breath?
Sure. Every time.
Every
single
Trav,
time.
All right, let me ask you this. Game on the line. Runners on second and third. You're up by 1 in the 9th.
Yeah.
Judge is at the plate, or Soto is at the plate. Don't you walk Soto to get to Judge?
That's exactly what I said on Friday. And that's exactly what the Dodgers did on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, you're not, no. And because Soto finally got a pitch to hit.
You're not the one.
And it went into the seats. And they've been attacking Judge, and like we were talking about last week.
But I hate that scenario either way.
You can strike Judge out. Like, to strike Soto out is very, very challenging. But I still, Aaron Judge scares me.
Wait, who's pitching in that scenario?
Probably Trinan in that scenario.
Okay, then I'll go
Boy,
with that.
Trinan has not been good in this series.
He's been good enough.
That's
well,
it.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
good enough.
He has not. What he hasn't done is
lost a game,
strike out everybody.
Right.
And that's what it was through the CS. It's like, oh, he's playing a video game. He's just, this is unhittable. Now he looks like a regular pitcher that's getting through it, which is good enough.
And the Yankees have seen him a lot now. The meat of the lineup has seen him a lot. That's why I think Kopech and Vesey are going to play a big role tonight. I don't want to see Trinan pitch again tonight.
Well, if he does, it means you're ahead. That's the good news. If Trinan pitches tonight, it means you're winning.
Yeah.
I don't think you see it. I don't think there's a scenario where Trinan pitches where you're behind, even if it's only a run.
I agree with that.
Even if it's only a run.
You know, I'd give him the night off no matter what. I don't want him pitching tonight.
He just had a
the
night
Yankees
off.
have seen him too much.
Yeah,
Get him tickets to Hamilton. Just tell him to take the night off.
Why not? Yeah.
Soto's faced him twice.
Yeah.
Judge has faced him twice. Giancarlo has faced him twice. I don't want him
Bad
to
news
face
coming.
third time through. You know what they say, third time through.
Okay, well, third time
That
through.
was a story, by the way, with Flaherty.
Although they let Yamamoto pitch to all those dudes
Correct.
third time through, and he was great.
And they took Cole out after 88 pitches.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
He'd given up one run. It's Garrett Cole.
Yep.
He's if he's not the best pitcher in baseball, you're not getting past the second or third name before you say him.
Right.
I'm going down with Garrett Cole. I'm not going whoever is coming in next.
You don't want to lose with Nestor Cortez.
That's overthinking it. That's
I'm going
overthinking
to lose
it.
with Garrett Cole on
Yeah.
the mound. He's their best guy. That was one of those, and I think that's a big part of what we saw through the first two games is every time there was a decision to make for the Dodgers, it worked out for the better. Every time there was a decision for the Yankees, it didn't.
Right.
And that doesn't always hold true.
Didn't Waldron just do that for the Bears? They gave it to a center, a backup center, instead of.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
To run the ball in.
Oh,
It didn't
yeah.
make any
You're
sense.
getting too cute.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
what are you doing? You're overthinking this.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Did you hear how DeMarco celebrated the game?
No, I did not.
DeMarco, would you like to take him through how you celebrated?
Okay, so we had like a Dodger watch party, and it was just like family of the basketball teams that came over, and we just watched it. And as the night went on, we had Milagro tequila, and
nice.
We wound up in the pool, and
there's a step
and
before
hot
that.
tubs.
There was a step before that
Which
where
part?
you sent the children to the babysitter.
Oh, well, after we started to have some fun.
Now that's good parenting.
We
right
called in
there.
the babysitter
Yeah.
because this is going to be one of those wild nights. And we just wound up in the pool in the hot tub. And no one brought bathing suits.
Oh.
But that didn't stop us at all.
So it was
Never
a
been
wild
prouder
night.
of you.
Thank you. Right, John? You got to let these things happen, right?
John,
Amen. Gotta live.
So, John, in the vein of you and I tend to react to these things similarly. You're at DeMarco's house, and that party starts to unfold like that.
Yeah.
Your next move is what?
Off with the pants into the jacuzzi.
There we go. Thank you very
I'm
much.
the same. If everybody's doing it, why not?
Yes.
Come on, everybody. Let's go streaking.
DeMarco, thanks for having us over tonight. I'll see you later.
Yeah, you take the night off.
Wrap it up and go home.
I really appreciate you inviting me, opening up your home, but
No doubt.
I got to get going,
Ladies
man.
and
See
gentlemen,
you
I
later.
have an announcement to make. Cannonball.
I have one question for John, real quick.
Yeah.
How do I praise J.J. Redick without dumping on Darvin Ham at the same time?
Just praise J.J. Redick.
Yeah.
Every time I do, I feel like I'm dumping on Darvin Ham.
Well, this was the question that, and it's only 3 games. I want to remind everybody it's only 3 games, but I'm going to use the phrase undefeated Lakers a lot today.
Sure, why not?
Because I want to get that in before the road trip starts. The one thing that I will say to Marco is I said this before the season started. This is a lab experiment as to how important a coach is because they didn't change the roster. They just changed the coach. So this goes to show you that, the right combination of coach and superstars can yield different results. And I'm stunned at how good they are. It's only 3 games, but they just don't freak out when they get down. Then we're going to play a clip during our show of when Freddie Freeman hit the grand slam at Dodger Stadium. The Lakers were losing, and the building started going crazy. They were down by 22, and they just roared back. And these guys, I don't know what JJ has unlocked, but he's unlocked something. And I'll be very anxious to see how it holds up on this road trip.
The plan, whatever the plan is working. You know what I mean? Like before, it just felt like they're just kind of out there and whatever. Like, okay, LeBron, you do this, or AD, you do that. There seems to be some organization. There seems to be some adherence to whatever the plan is. That everybody seems to understand what's being asked of them.
Do they look better to you?
They look infinitely better.
Unbelievable. It's so much better. And by the way, I've got to speak from the perspective of I didn't see either of these games because I was at the Dodger game. And
did you go to Game 2 as well?
I did. I went to Game 2 as
Look
well.
at you. Go.
So, but it looks like, John, Dalton Connect is going to be a real rotation player with them who can knock down some threes.
Absolutely, and he has a super fast Klay Thompson release. In other words, you get him the ball, and it's out of his hands and going towards the basket within 1 second. And on this team, when AD and LeBron get doubled all the time, that's invaluable. And the one thing, the biggest difference, DeMarco, between J.J. Redick and Darvin Ham is the rotations are a lot tighter. Like last year, you'd look around and you'd go, Cam Reddish, what's he doing in the game? Taurean Prince starting ahead of Austin Reeves? I mean, it didn't make any sense. He sticks with 8-9 guys, and that's it. And it's pretty much Max Christie and Jackson Hayes and Dalton Connect and Gabe Vincent. And if your name's not on that list, you ain't playing. And he plays the starters more minutes. LeBron and AD. AD's been the best player in the league for 3 games. And so they've got something. Now, again, I don't want to overreact. It's only 3 games, and now we get the next 5 on the road starting tonight in Phoenix. So it's not going to be easy. Cleveland, where we go tomorrow, is undefeated. There's only 3 undefeated teams left. Boston, Cleveland, and the Lakers. And so these first 2 games of the road trip are going to be hard.
Yeah, you should not overreact. The rest of us will.
We will.
Good.
We will.
I hope you do.
Real quick before we duck out of here. What do the Yankees do to respond to Ice Cube's performance in Game 2?
Boy, that's a good question.
I thought about this. I think the only thing you do is, you get Jay-Z to show up.
Yeah, Jay-Z's the guy.
That's the royal flush.
So real quick, Mace, take me through what it was like to, because on TV you're like, you got to be kidding me. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was so good. It was so good. And everybody knew every word. Which was the entire place was singing along with. It was
including
really
Dave Roberts.
Yeah. No,
Roberts.
Alex Verdugo looked like he was at a
good day.
Yeah,
Who
he was
doesn't
having a
know
time.
that song? Yeah.
It was awesome. All right, Game 3 tonight. Go
Yes,
Dodgers
go
and go Lakers and wow. Super